That's right. We got our Minecraft on today. Made us late for the show because Minecraft is so friggin' addicting. So addicting.
We're late. We're late to the show. We're late to the ball.
We're late to the ball, but that's okay. Welcome, everybody. We are the X1Bros. This is your positive gaming and Xbox One community. This is podcast number 179. Can you believe we made it? That's one away from 180. That's really exciting.
That is excellent math.
Thank you very much. That is really excellent math. As always, I'm joined by the bros, the X1Bros. First and foremost, if he were a dog, he'd be a cuddly pug. He's friendly, cuddly, and woo squirrel. It's Mr. McSpicy Mark Haywood.
I like it. That is
How
me.
you doing?
I'm good. Yeah.
How's your cabin going in Minecraft?
It's going really
It's
well.
on the water. It's on the water.
I'm making a cabin on the lake.
Yes.
Wait, did we?
We have a
didn't
server.
I know that, but it didn't we didn't keep our old stuff. Remember?
We had the opportunity to, but David said, "Screw it, let's
Really?
start
I did
anew."
a lot of work on that.
Yeah, let's start from scratch,
I
baby.
also planted bombs under some people's houses.
Like mine?
I think I did it both years. Like you just plant TNT
Are you
underneath,
kidding
yeah,
me?
and then just one day you're just like, oh, what happened? Boom! You've never done that before?
Now that's funny.
I've never done that before. Like this is some sort of common thing to.
That's funny. Second, this guy would be a cat because he hates people, quite honestly. It's Jordan the Man, Jordan Pescott.
Hello.
Would you think you'd be a cat if you were an animal? What animal would you like to be if you were an animal? What's your spirit animal?
A sloth.
A sloth.
That's a good question.
Why? Why a sloth?
Because they just.
They just sit there, hang out?
Well, no, I mean, like people give them a bad rap, but
they know
just,
how to relax.
They're just living life, you know.
Also,
like,
have you seen their claws? They're
yeah,
freaking scary.
yeah.
Way scary. Mr.
They can hold their
McSpicy.
breath for like 20 minutes too.
Well, I just feel like they enjoy the day, you know.
Yeah, I guess.
McSpicy, how about you? What animal would you be? What's your spirit animal?
Spirit animal. I don't know. If we used Jordan's theory, a walrus.
Last but not least, I would be a chihuahua. I'm high energy, bark at everything, and my wife already carries the important parts of me in her purse. I am X1. We are the X1Bros. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. You've just heard us talk about it. That's right. We've got Minecraft Realms. It has dropped today. It's in the news. We'll be talking about some of the features. But what that basically means is you can join us. It's a permanent server. There can only be 10 people on at once, which kind of sucks. But as long as there's you're a permanent member of the server, and you can just jump in and out as long as it's not full. If you want to join it, just message me on Xbox Live, X1Bros, and I will send you an invite to the server, and we'll get it on. 10 people. Yeah, I bet you they end up changing. They're going to change that.
Yeah.
They're going to have to change that.
I mean, you're telling me you can buy the game for $2 billion
Yeah,
and
but-
you can only put 10 people on your server? I mean,
but
I mean, I get like if everybody in the world has 10 people on their server, that's a lot of people on the servers, but just 10, you know, that's just
Well, the server's
underwhelming.
pretty cheap. I don't mind paying more.
Well,
it's
see,
10
and that's
people at a time, right? Not
10 people at a time.
Yeah.
No. We could have 10,000 people.
no,
on
I
our
know that. That's
server.
what I'm talking about. 10 people at a time.
Can you turn me down?
Because that's what I'm saying. Like, I understand
No,
that.
not there. My headphones.
I
There
got
we
you.
go.
I understand that, like, if you had, 10,000 servers and 10 people were on it, I mean, that's a lot of people and a lot of server power. But it just doesn't 10 seem underwhelming to you, especially a game like Minecraft.
No, it is. It most definitely is.
And like you said, I mean, I'd be willing to pay a little bit more to get that unlimited or higher number.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. I think
Hey,
I think it eventually will get
Jordan.
there.
I don't think a sloth would care.
Yeah. I don't think you are a sloth. I think you're like an angry animal that gets pissed off at everybody. What animal is that? I don't know.
like a
bull?
koala.
A koala does get pissed.
I've never
Yeah.
seen. I've never seen a koala
They're
angry.
angry, man.
Well, they're me.
I have seen a hippo poop, and it's hilarious.
Yeah.
It is hilarious.
I've seen a
Honestly-
couple of YouTube videos of it.
Yeah.
The grossest
They
thing-
just let it out.
The grossest thing I think I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
I was at the San Diego Zoo with my brother and their family, and my wife was there. We were at the giraffes.
Sure.
And giraffes are cool, whatever. They were licking each other's pee as they were peeing.
It's natural.
And they were like doing it to each. Apparently, I was like, everyone. It was funny. Everyone was like, "Oh, cute giraffes," and everyone went, "Oh." Apparently, they're like tasting for pheromones to see if if the goods are good.
Well, it's like when dogs smell each other's rear ends
Yeah.
because it's the same thing. They're sniffing their emotions, basically.
Yeah, but apparently they lick their urine to check that out. While it was like
Yeah.
everyone was like, drow.
That
was
sometimes
nasty.
That sometimes happened. We have.
Look at
Yes, I would be a
maybe
giraffe.
Organic Avenger in chat. I guess that's his spirit animal.
We have two Destiny clans, Destiny Clan 1, which is full, and Destiny Clan 2, which I think has like 2 spots open. So if you
Wow.
want to join the Destiny Clan, 2.0
Hey,
is there.
by
We
the
might have
way-
to start a 3.0.
We may, yeah.
Good job to everybody in the clan. I mean, once the weekly resets happen, I think 2-3 hours in,
Boom.
we're right there waiting for the next reset.
We're up.
We have
I
a really
go collect my engram. However, I made
we
the
have
mistake.
a great
I collected the engram from the raid,
Yeah.
the clan engram from the raid, and it was just a 10. So I'm thinking, well, this is stupid. And I didn't look at like what its features or powers are, because you're supposed to infuse those
No, yeah,
to
you're
raise
supposed
them
to,
up. And I
because
didn't.
they're cool gear.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. I thought, oh, I just got unlucky, and I deconstructed it, and it was a waste. I was like, oh man.
Do you even get anything? Do you get legendary shards? I don't think
No,
you get legendary shards.
you just get gun parts.
Yeah.
That's all, or weapon parts. That's all you get.
I think those items have one extra ability.
Oh yeah, they're. I was looking. Anyways,
No, but
Sucks
good job
to be
to our
me.
guild.
Yeah,
'cause
great
they're,
job
They're
to the
doing
clan,
awesome, and
both
I
clans.
think a few of them did the raid and completed it.
they
as
did.
well. Yeah,
They did. Shout out.
Which I heard, yeah.
Shout out to everyone who did the raid. It was. I was actually in chat with them in party chat while they were doing the raid, and I'm thinking, and they were streaming it, so I was watching it live as it's happening in chat, and I'm thinking, oh, this would be nice. I'll join them. I'll talk to them
Say
while they
hello,
say
yeah.
hello, hang out, have a good time. Then they get to the final boss, and it got a little intense. And it's one of those intense that like everyone's like on the edge of just blowing up and exploding.
because you got to
it's
think that's
so
like
stressful.
9 hours.
It's
of,
so
you know,
stressful. I think this was like the 5th hour.
Yeah.
It was 10 o'clock at night, and they had started at 5. And it was so stressful. I was like, I'll just mute my mic, because if I say anything, I'll just piss
You just like
everybody
make
off.
a joke and
I'll just
everybody
like,
gets
hey,
mad.
oh, yeah, that was funny how you guys died there. And
they
then
beat it, though.
and then they
They
beat
beat
it,
it,
and it's
yeah.
like, the most joyous occasion.
weight
The
has been
stress
lifted
goes
off your
away, and
shoulders,
it's just
yeah.
a celebration. And that's what makes those so much fun.
Yeah.
So I look forward to doing that. Anyways, come join the clans if you're interested. If we need to do Clan 3.0 or Clan 2.1, then or 2.15 or 3.1
why don't we just do
or
3.0?
3.14. Apple pie.
Very, very good, David.
Yeah.
That's another math joke.
Oh,
Yeah.
Anyways, if we have to do one, we will. If you're looking for a clan and you think you'd benefit from a third XoneBros Destiny clan, let me know. If there's enough people, we will definitely set that up. If you want to be an admin in the second clan, if you want to schedule raids, be in charge of bringing things and putting things together, let me know. We're looking for a couple admins for Clan 2.0.
Which only has a few slots left.
Only has a flu. Only has a flu. Only has
a flu shots.
Only has a few shots left. Yes.
There's two. Oh, there's only 2 slots right now, right?
2 slots left, I believe so, yeah.
Yeah.
Community play was last week.
Yeah.
It was Forza Horizon 3, and it was a blast. Cam Shafts jumped in from the community. He has 100%ed Forza Horizon 3.
Whoa!
We were all laughing at him because he had a 1932 like Model T Ford, right? Like, and we're like, oh, we're gonna rock you. No,
Did he S-class that?
he S-classed it. He destroyed all of us because it's old, so it's so light. He even had the small tires on it.
Oh,
It was
man.
awesome. Anyways, he made a tune for me so I could buy that car and tune it up myself. Anyways, it was a good time. Third Saturday of every month is a community play. Next month's community play is October 21st, and it will be ready. Drum roll. Wait for it.
Mm-hmm.
It will be Battlefield 1. That's
Ooh.
right.
That's a good one to
Battlefield
come
1.
to.
We will be jumping in and doing a community play. So that's Saturday, October 21st, and LFG will go up the week of over on the XoneBros clubs, and it will be a blast. And with that, let's get this show on the road. Yes, Jordan, tell me.
How
what
was this week in the world of?
Xbox One?
Yes.
Xbox
Good.
One.
Okay, well, that's good to know. All right, back to you, David.
So a lot of games on sale. You got Far Cry 4, 60% off. Not bad, especially if you liked Far Cry 3. And just in time
Yeah.
for our community play, Battlefield 1.
Oh, how much is that? What's the discount on that?
So it's just a bunch of bundles and stuff. But check this out. if you already have Battlefield 1, the premium pass is 40% off. I'd jump on that because trust
Boom.
me, you want these new packs.
Battlefield 1. So the new map packs are amazing. It makes, in fact, so the base vanilla Battlefield 1 game, when you play it, when you first jump in, you're like, this game is awesome, so fun. Then when you play the new map packs, you can't go back. It makes it
it's
it
hard.
makes it a worse experience to go back because these maps are so good.
It's very hard. It's very hard. Also, if you don't have Battlefield 1 or Titanfall, the bundle, the ultimate bundle of Battlefield 1 and Titanfall 2, 25% off, which
Not
is
too
pretty good.
shabby.
And those are both fun games.
There
You
you
got a
go.
bunch of Neverwinter Zen that's on sale. Far Cry is on sale. Mighty Number 9.
This makes spicy.
good one. It's
Have
got
you
some
jumped? I
sales.
know you purchased that. Have you jumped in and played that yet?
Yeah, I've played a couple hours.
How does it hold up compared to the OG Mega Man?
It's great.
It's good.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay.
It's I don't know. I mean, it's extremely similar.
Yeah.
I haven't played a lot of it. I've only played a couple hours of it, but I really like it.
Yeah.
I
Do
will
you have
play
the
it more.
expansion packs?
Sounds like you
Because
might need to get that.
If you don't, they're both.
I don't. Can you please tell me more?
The Ray expansion is 50% off along with the Retro Hero.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay. Well, I better
Yeah.
get those.
Yeah. Now, this is one that I was thinking about buying. I did buy games this week, but I did not buy this one. The Surge is 45% off. This is basically a sci-fi Dark Souls is really the way to explain it. It looks fun. It looks great, but I don't know. I didn't pull the trigger on it.
What was this?
The Surge,
And this is
I have seen
40% off.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
There you go.
Very
Jump on
cool.
those games.
yeah, those are good till Tuesday, just like always. Minecraft, like we talked about, Better Together update.
Which means cross-platform play. It is
For
here.
everything.
It
The
has
Switch
arrived.
is in the works. It's
I would
coming.
imagine. What do you
It's-
think? In the next week that it'll be here? Did they say when exactly?
Did they say when?
I don't know.
I just said that
To
it's
be
coming.
honest,
That is probably
that's
where.
typical Nintendo. Or wait.
Is that Nintendo? Yeah, with letting us know. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
That's
They'll just come out and say they patched it.
yeah. It's patched, so you got it.
Yeah, there.
It's patched. There we go. That is one. Do you already have it on your Nintendo Switch,
yeah.
right? That's where I will be playing this when I'm in bed. The fact that I can work on
Insert
my
joke. Insert joke
insert
right
joke
there.
here. The fact that I can play while on my Switch and then jump back in on my Xbox and play with everybody from the Xbox is so awesome. That is so awesome.
Although I will say,
Okay, say it.
Okay.
What
I
will you
will
say?
say this Minecraft here. The description is very misleading. And
Why?
we already talked about
Oh,
this
yeah.
because it says explore massive multiplayer
Well,
servers.
they are massive
Yeah,
servers.
they are when you're offline.
Yeah. You can. Oh, also one more thing. So you can be in multiple servers. So it's not that you have to choose one
Yeah, it's
over
not like
the
your
other.
guild. You can
yeah,
have a
you
list,
can choose
yeah.
multiple servers. In fact, that's probably the way to go. Choose multiple servers. If our server is full, just wait till it's open, then jump in and work on your stuff. Now, as admin, we are all admin in that. The three
Can
of
we
us.
fly around and just
If
blow
it's
stuff
if
up?
the server's full at 10, if we jump in, does it kick someone out? Do we get to choose who to kick out? That'd be really funny if we had that kind of power. Because surely, especially me, since I created it,
You're like-
surely I have to be able to just jump in
You're
and out
like
whenever
the
I
god
want,
of
right?
that server.
I am. Right now, I was.
That's power.
I know. Being able to press a button and kick someone out of
I,
their
well, I
world.
was. I was telling.
World. You can just
That's
kill.
pretty
You
powerful.
can just kill someone and not let them respawn.
This
Like,
is
you
true.
can-
Oh man.
I was telling McSpicy before the show started that when you jump into a game and you go an hour straight and you don't want to come do the podcast because you're playing the game and you've already put
Well,
lots
hey.
of hours in this game before, it's just a perfect formula of a
let
game.
let me tell you something.
Oh.
So
yeah.
I was actually I called David today,
He did. I
on the
can
phone.
attest to that. He's not lying.
and I was driving, right, and we were talking, and he said to me, "Quote," he said, "Jordan, I can't talk right now. I'm working in Minecraft."
Yeah, I was like getting
And I was
annoyed.
like, "Okay, I'm sorry. Oh,
I was like, Jordan, I gotta go, man.
I'm playing Minecraft. Yeah, I'll see you later. No, it's-
Well, you gotta respect that.
yeah,
right?
yeah.
You get. I get
The
it.
game's got power, man.
The game.
And what's funny is you were probably just like
No,
gardening.
he
like,
wasn't even gardening. He was just picking up dirt. I
I
saw
literally.
him. That's
So-
all he was doing.
So the
excavating.
world that spawned is a jungle world, and it's very uneven. There's lots of divots, and it's covered in jungle. Like it's not the best to build stuff. So I'm excavating. I'm leveling everything out. I'm taking dirt from one place and then putting it in another place to level it out for the community. So when the community comes, we can build a nice little city. I went up to the top of Choco Monkey He built an awesome treehouse.
Choco Monkey's treehouse, you mean?
His treehouse, the Choco Monkey treehouse.
Yeah.
It's like a kids show.
I actually went up there to scout where I'm going to put my cabin on the lake.
Yeah. I was there, and what was I doing up there? Oh,
You were stealing all his tools.
I was stealing his tools, number one. But number two, I took screenshots of the whole world 360, so then we can compare and do a before and after scene. Yeah, I'm really excited to see. I think we'll be able to have 10 people in that game 24 hours a day. I think there's enough people, there's enough Minecraft fans that we can do that. It's going to be really interesting to see what happens with that game. How about Microsoft? So I did not know this. I looked up the history of Minecraft today. So Microsoft gets a lot of flack for instance, Battlegrounds only being a console first release on the Xbox. Oh, it'll eventually come to PlayStation, blah, blah, blah. The same thing happened with Minecraft. Was a huge success, opened up the Xbox 360 to a whole other generation, and then they bought it, and it just became a part of
Microsoft's identity.
Microsoft's identity.
Yeah.
Exactly. I think, and there's an article in Forbes about this, and Phil Spencer has actually said that the Battlegrounds is going to be the next Minecraft.
I can see
Player
that.
unknown Battlegrounds.
I can see
and
that.
if Phil Spencer's saying that about Microsoft, and I can't. We've had this discussion multiple times. It's happening around the internet. Excuse me. Xbox has no games. It does. It really does. And I think like Minecraft is such a huge sell. Battlegrounds is if they believe that that's going to be the next Minecraft, that's huge. That's giant for them. And I think they're correct. Maybe not to the scale, but just underneath. Disagree? Agree?
Well, do you think like Microsoft would buy PUBG for $1 billion? Because
I
why
would.
not?
Yeah, why not?
$2 billion. Let's 2.5 this time.
Let's go through Bill Gates' couch and find that change in there.
Yeah. I don't know. I think maybe what they'll do if Phil Spencer has said that he believes that it's going to be the next Minecraft. If that's the case, why wouldn't you buy it?
Yeah, that's true.
And let's be honest, they have the money.
Yeah.
They are pretty much owners of the biggest game in the world.
Called Life? No.
Yeah, which is Minecraft.
Called
Let's be
Life.
honest, I mean, Minecraft is probably...
Because
I mean, really, you
think
could
about it.
arguably say Minecraft is probably the biggest game in the world right now.
Well,
Oh,
you could
it
also
is.
argue that Excel spreadsheets, at work,
Yeah.
they own Excel too, and Windows, which is run by lots of people.
Yeah. No, why not? Why wouldn't you get Battleground? Maybe what they'll do is see the effect that it has for them, how big it's growing, and then go from there.
Yeah.
Oddly enough, did you know the number 4 game on Steam is Divinity Original Sin?
In what
Did you know
context?
I'm like seriously...
Selling right now, like...
Did you know I'm seriously I don't know, 10 seconds away from buying Divinity 2 on the PC?
Oh, really?
10
Yeah.
seconds.
Maybe it's Divinity 2. It's
Yeah, I think it's
Divinity
Divinity
2.
2.
That's at number 4. And like they're saying, this was a Kickstarter game, and it's come out of nowhere. Everybody loves it. And it's true. Divinity is an amazing, amazing game. Just hooks you. Oh, it's such a good time to be a gamer. Anyways, how did we get derailed from that
Minecraft.
conversation?
So,
Minecraft
join our
just-
server.
Just
How
derails
did you
you.
explain how people join the server? You have to be invited.
Send
correct?
me
Yeah.
send me a message on
Can-
Xbox Live.
It's not very user intuitive.
It's not right now.
So this is how we're doing it.
Send me a message.
David.
I will invite you to the server. Once you get the invite, you're always on the server. McSpicy, explain how to find the invite.
Okay. So my game crashed 4 times, so be prepared.
Minecraft, it cranks your machine, man.
In 20 minutes, it crashed 4 times. So just be prepared. So send David a message, invite to Minecraft server, and he can do it from there. When you log into the game, there's 2 Minecrafts editions.
You got the Minecraft Xbox One edition. Just delete that. You don't need it anymore.
Delete it. You want the one in the store that just says Minecraft.
Minecraft, yes.
If you played more than
5 hours.
5 hours of the Xbox edition, it's unlocked for you. You
For
have
free.
that for free. If not, I think they give
Who
you
hasn't
30
played?
days or something.
30 days as long as you have the original
If
Xbox
you have the
edition.
yeah,
if
you
not,
have
you
the
just
original,
have to buy it.
Yeah. So you have to download the new version, which is it doesn't say new. It just says Minecraft. That's it. So go into the store, search Minecraft, download the new version. Once you get into the game, and David has sent you an invite, you asked him, and he has sent you an invite. You got to go into. There's a friend. It's the middle tab. I think it's the friend section. Then you have to accept the invite, and then it'll appear on your.
Here's
server
the
section.
question.
Yeah.
Does an invite go to your Xbox Live message, or
No.
is it all in game?
It's
all
all
in
in
game.
game.
Okay.
It's all in game. Yeah. So you have to boot up the game.
If you're online when I invite you, it'll pop a notification for you.
Yeah. All right. Good.
But it's all in game.
It didn't for me. Of course, mine crashed 4 times.
But
I think my game's
I
broken.
sent you one when I first did it when you weren't home yet.
When I was okay.
Fortnite Battle Royale. Some big news there.
Yeah, it goes free for everyone on September 26th.
So before the game even comes out for free, which isn't going free until next year, the rest of the game, the original game, Battle Royale, is going free right now. I think that's a very smart marketing move. I think they're jumping in before PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds come out. Way cool.
Yeah.
Very
It's
cool.
smart.
It's very smart.
This is basically this is the move that H1Z1 made. And their game was fun-ish, it was just a survival game.
Yeah.
They threw on they actually got PlayerUnknown to build that into the game.
Sure.
It's now called H1Z1 King of the Kill, but that is what made H1Z1. That's what put it on the map.
Yeah.
That's what made it fun. Yeah. And they're doing the exact same thing by putting
So who is it? Bluehost that's publishing PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds. Bluehole, that's who it is. Bluehole's publishing it. They came out as a result, and
funny. Every time I see that logo come on, I think butthole.
Yeah, I know, right?
Because it looks just
So
looks like,
Bluehole came out and basically was mad that it's a carbon copy of their game. And I don't blame them, but at the same time, I don't blame Fortnite for doing it. Like, it's not like it's.
Well, they even used battle royale. Is that not a trademarked term?
No.
I don't think so. But I think
it's
because
not
it's a
Battle
genre.
Royale, it's
I think,
Battlegrounds
I think
is what
Fortnite
PlayerUnknown's
would
is called.
argue that it's a genre.
But I mean, like, H1Z1 didn't call it battle royale.
I think they're just trying to differentiate the.
You could spell it Royale with an E instead of.
Well, no, it is spelled.
Or
with
you
an
could
E.
just spell it
And
Royal.
Because PlayerUnknown's isn't called Battle Royale, it's called
No,
Battlegrounds.
it originally was. It was based on the Japanese movie called Battle Royale, where all these high school kids are put into the middle
Yeah,
of
but that was in Arma, right?
that was an Arma.
Yeah,
That's
but
what
now
it was. Now it's called-
like his actual game.
I'm just saying, why didn't he trademark that phrase?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Because that's what. It's
Do you
Battle Royale.
do you think PlayerUnknown? What do you think they do? Where do they go from here? Do they bump
they
up
just
their
keep making
release
their
date?
game.
Do they keep just release it? Do you think they see this
Polish
as a
it?
threat or no?
No, well, see, he's PlayerUnknown. I mentioned this last week. I'm a huge fan of him, so this is probably biased, but
Sure.
he is so good at what he does. He is ahead of everyone else because he has already done it, and people are copying him. He will still progressively, as they grow, he's already ahead of them. So I don't think he has anything to worry about because he's so good at what he does. I guess he could make a mistake, yada yada, and then maybe people can catch up. But no, PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds is just so good.
Yeah.
And it wasn't good. The beta, it had a lot of issues, but it was okay.
Well, what'll
Yeah.
be interesting
But
to see
now
how many
it's-
people shift over when it comes out on the Xbox, which I'm sure a fair amount of people will.
Well, what's interesting is we've talked about this with games like Overwatch, with MOBAs, Call of Duty, kind of set a tone. Battlefield is setting a tone.
So silence. Sorry.
Yeah, let me finish first. What's interesting is there was an AMA with PlayerUnknown, and he said he wants to add destruction in the world. He wants to add, I don't know if building, what was it? Destruction. Oh, a single-player campaign now in the world. He said that's way long off, but he wants to do all these things. And what he wants to do is basically what Fortnite you can already do in the game. So it's forcing him to say, okay, these are cool features. Let's make that better in our
so
game.
that's
And that's all
good.
it does. It takes a genre. These copycat games, they take genres, and then it just forces everybody to up their game even more, in my opinion. Mr. Spice, you were going to say something.
No, I was just going to say what Silence in chat said. If PUBG can go after Fortnite, then H1Z1 can go after PUBG. Well, not necessarily, because, I mean, I don't know what legal mumbo jumbo happened, but that's PlayerUnknown's baby as well. Like,
He left, though, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah. But no, everything good about Battle Royale came from PlayerUnknown, so, yeah. Oh, gosh.
Anyway, it's free to play. So
It is free. It is free to play.
Well, it's
I
going to be
think-
free to play
I
on the
think
26th. September 26th is when
What's
it comes
interesting is that they went free to play immediately when the original game is not coming out
Well,
until next year.
I
It's
think
still
they have
it's still early
well,
access
the thing is
pre-order.
like it's that Fortnite's already a super popular game, right?
Yeah.
Now everybody's playing it, and then you can be the not the only, but I mean a super popular game that brings Battle Royale to the console where it's not at right now. You know what I mean?
That's true. Well,
You get
the
a lot of people
culling,
playing. I mean, yeah, you have games like the Culling and Division, but those are kind of
but
not.
I hear the culling sucks.
Well, it doesn't suck. It's just
not good.
It doesn't suck. It's just not fun.
It's well, I mean, it's fun, but they added mechanics that aren't fun.
Oh, okay.
So,
They made it tedious.
They tried their own take.
Sure.
And it didn't work.
Well, it works with some people. It doesn't work with others.
Yeah,
I don't think we should just do a blanket statement that it sucks. I just think the original is better because they don't have the currencies and stuff like that to get.
They tried
the
to add
loot.
their own thing.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right, Forza Motorsport 7. The demo
baby.
is out now,
It is
along
here.
with cool new trailers. Be sure to check those out. They're just your racing trailers.
Well, the
But-
new trailer, the fun fact, the new trailer on YouTube is a 4K trailer.
Yeah.
You can go into settings and bump that up to 4K so you can watch Forza Horizon in 4K
if your screen handles 4K.
if your screen handles 4K, yeah. Absolutely. In fact, we should watch it on Spicy's after
Yeah, that's right.
after the show here.
Let's do it.
I'd
I'm
love
down.
to
Yeah.
see it.
So the demo's out now. Be sure to pick it up and then pick the full game up in October.
Yeah.
On the 3rd,
October
right?
3rd is
Yeah.
its release. I've had a chance to jump in, and I did the demo last night, and they give you 3 races, Dubai, a truck race, the semi-truck racing. Let me tell you, that's where
Takes
I'm
Euro
spending
Simulator,
my
Euro Truck
entire
Simulator,
time.
man.
Well, and the trucks look like European trucks.
They
not
are. It's
American
the
trucks.
Mercedes-Benz European trucks.
yeah.
That's where I'm spending my time. That's so much fun, and
Semi
it's a little
racing.
bit easier. It's a little more forgiving because they're so big than the cars, and then they have a course that shows off the weather effects.
Yeah.
And that will blow your mind. It is gorgeous. I cannot wait to see that in 4K HDR. It's beautiful. Super fun. Anyways, the demo, if you think you might want this game, go check out the demo. I highly recommend it. It's a blast. Love that game. Love it. Interesting fact. Playing Forza Horizon 3, I think has made me a better driver, guys.
Yeah.
In real life,
In
I'll touch his mic.
yeah, in no, sorry, in Forza 7.
Oh,
in the
so
Forza games.
Oh, I
playing
thought you-
Forza Horizon has made you a better
Yeah,
driver.
and I didn't think it would. I thought it would be a harder
Do you know what-
adjustment than it was.
Do you know what's funny? I don't think you're looking in the mirror because I watched your stream and you were all over the place.
Oh, well, no. That was on the Porsche. So the Porsche is is
my
flawed.
bad, my bad.
No, the Porsche is flawed where it spins out on simulation steering.
Oh,
Is it
If
flawed?
you notice, I got first on the trucks, and I got like
Defend
second. I
yourself.
got like second or third on the Nissan. The Nissan, that's my. That's
but
my,
he took
my boss.
24th out of 24.
Yeah.
Do you know what he said? When
And that was the simulation steering.
yeah. He took. I was watching his stream. So
What do you mean simulation steering?
adding.
I put everything on simulation except for I think I had traction control.
you know how
but-
you can like. He basically turned up the difficulty to.
Oh, okay. So
superior
you were like
being.
playing a
to
real
God
car.
mode.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So he's like, he finishes 24 out of 24, and then he's like, "Hey guys, I'm getting the hang of this. This is great." And I'm thinking,
No, that is the Porsche. That's like a known thing. It's just super hard to drive on simulation. It causes you to spin out all the time. Poll just went up in chat. Will Forza 7 sell the Xbox One? 100% of chat believes that it will, and I firmly believe after having played it, they should have waited and had it go to the Xbox One X because I'll play it and I'll just be wishing that it's on the Scorpion.
yeah, and then a little of the hype probably has died down. I mean, a month of gaming is a long time.
No, it really is.
Yeah.
It really is. I actually think I'm going to be going back to Forza 6 now to practice and skill up
Yeah.
for Forza 7.
Dude, I hope they have another NASCAR expansion.
Oh
Because
man,
that was crazy.
that if your butt doesn't clench while you're going 250 miles per hour in a circle.
That was
Oh my gosh! What's so funny is in Forza 6 because you're playing like the campaign. That's like race 5. They just
well, they
throw
give you a
in.
Formula One,
And then
yeah.
I'm like, oh my gosh!
yeah, no,
They
it
just
was
jump
great.
you right in.
I have a question on the semi-trucks, and I don't know, people that watch racing, so apparently semi-truck racing is a real thing. I didn't know it was a real thing.
Oh, yeah.
And I guess it's very
The
European.
Walmart truck
My,
and the
my
Target truck.
Yeah.
My knowledge of that comes from Top Gear.
Oh,
from
really?
watching that
Oh, really?
UK show. My favorite race they ever did was Winnebago's, you know, and they were like flying and tearing them up. If you guys have time, go watch the Winnebago, like the RV
That's funny.
racing.
I wonder if we set up a 24 lap race or whatever where we have to do pit stops, do they change all the tires on the semis? Because there's like 2 or 3 layers of tires there. Like, what happens?
That's a really good question.
Or do they not? Or is it short enough? Do they not race that long because of that? I don't know. But I'm going to find out because the truck racing is where I'm at.
I have no idea.
I'm really excited for
That's
it.
fun. So this next story is actually really interesting. And yeah,
It's
so,
kind of a big deal.
Yeah, so Phil Spencer, the head of Xbox,
Oh,
is
that's who he
now he is now in the senior leadership of Microsoft.
So
basically what happened is that this is how I picture it. They were all in the cafeteria, eating their lunch, and they just kind of said, "Hey, Phil, why don't you sit at our table today?" That's kind of like how I think
The
of it.
cool
in my-
kids.
yeah,
the
like,
cool
hey,
kids asked him.
why don't you come over here and sit at our table?
Because Phil Spencer became cool.
I think he is the cool guy.
I
I really
know.
do. So I think they used to listen to like the Office guys, like the people that make the Office
Excel
suite.
guys.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden, Xbox just started making a crap ton of money, and now they walk him, Larry, Herb, Phil, they all walk in. They're all cool,
They have their sunglasses
Yeah,
on.
yeah. They're just
They
like
have their
the
sleeves rolled up.
So I think this is actually a big. I think this
No,
represents.
this is really cool.
I think this represents a shift in culture. To be honest, like worldwide culture, in that it illustrates the importance of gaming. Gaming has replaced Hollywood easily. Gaming makes more than Hollywood. People buy Call of Duty. I mean, how much Call of Duty sells more in one day?
It dwarfs every other medium.
Yeah.
You're starting to get
Of
you're starting to
entertainment.
get famous actors coming over to gaming, stuff like that. And I think this is a symbol of illustrating how important the gaming wing of a huge company is to Microsoft. I think
Yeah.
it's illustrating that finally the guys in charge are recognizing that gaming is that important to culture.
Yeah.
Like it's huge. And nobody realizes it. Everybody thinks gaming is like black market, below the surface, not mainstream. Gaming is more mainstream than what's considered mainstream. More people are participating, viewing, playing, watching. The influence there is huge, and I think this represents that shift. Agree? Disagree? McSpicy?
Right.
No, I agree. There's so much money in gaming. So much. Like, it dwarfs. I mean, I can just name one game, Grand Theft Auto 5.
Grand Theft Auto, yeah.
And holy crap, that makes a lot of... I mean, we think of, like...
World of Warcraft.
World of Warcraft for the last 20 years.
Yeah.
Like, there is so much money in gaming. I don't know. I can't not argue.
And not only that, it's becoming a system where you consume the rest of your media, your subculture, right? Gaming was always considered a subculture. Now you're using gaming to consume what was once considered mainstream.
Yeah.
And I think this is kind of like a marquee moment illustrating, boom, gaming is now mainstream. This is so important to culture.
I'm actually surprised that it took them this long to get the cool guy with the shades into their clique. You know what I mean?
It's like
I don't know. It seems like this should have happened a while ago, but I'm not there.
I mean, we're not on the inside. We don't know what the strategy is, what he has to say over, or
Yeah.
anything like that. I just think from a symbolic standpoint, I think this is more significant historical wise than
Well,
we
I
realize.
think look at what he's done for Xbox. First of all, he turned it around from their pretty bad announcement, right? We have countless updates.
The Xbox One X
You got the Xbox
is
One X
selling out.
You got the new interface. You got the game preview program.
The Xbox app, the PC,
Xbox-
cross-platform
the crossplay.
gaming.
I mean, that's all under him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, and his team, right? But
Let's move to that. The Xbox One X is selling out. It's selling out in Europe of all places.
which, by
too.
the way, I believe the
At a-
regular standard edition Xbox One X is up for pre-order
It
if
is.
it's not already.
And that's
gone.
what's selling out. That's what I'm saying.
If you still can get your chance on it,
The Xbox One X is selling out. It's selling out in Europe where it needs to sell out. PlayStation basically has a 2-to-1 advantage over Microsoft. I think the Xbox One X is what brings Xbox back into the competition here.
Yeah. Well,
And
it's
I
the world's
think
most
this
powerful console.
Well, and that I think people don't realize how important that is.
Yeah.
And I think that's what
Well,
everyone's
look
going
at
for.
your games are going to look their best on this device. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's I know $500 is a lot, but for what you're getting, that's an affordable device.
Yeah. Not to
know
mention,
what I mean?
so a lot of people are concerned, well, I got to get a 4K TV to get the most of this game. No. If you have 1080, what you're getting is instead of a 1080
Yeah,
game,
it's,
you're
super
getting
sampling.
a 4K. You're getting 4K resolution, super sampled down to 1080. So
Yeah.
it looks better, it performs better.
So 4K super sampled is still better than native 1080.
yeah.
Which there's actually a cool little video that Major Nelson did this week. Go check it out on his blog, where they explain how they basically say, hey, this is how super sampling works. So if you don't have a 4K TV, don't worry about it.
You're still getting an improvement.
You're still getting a big improvement. Yeah.
But I think the Xbox One X is what's going to bring them back. And I was a little on the fence, but seeing the sales, seeing how well it's doing in places where the Xbox traditionally doesn't do well. I think it's sold out in Germany already. It's doing really well in the UK. The pre-orders on the Xbox One X. And for all the criticism, there's no games. I think it's the world's most powerful console. Yeah. And for the first time, you can say, I can buy a more powerful machine for less than a PC. You've never been able to say that before.
No, I think you did in the initial parts of the 360, but it was not nearly what this is. This is far further than that.
Yeah.
I remember, the parts in the 360 would cost, like $300 more to get an equivalent, PC. But I think this is a next step. This is the next evolution of that. So.
Yeah. And it's because they did it from everything is custom inside of
ground
it.
up.
People don't realize.
But
it's really exciting.
Congratulations to Phil Spencer. I really like Phil Spencer. I think.
In fact, let's give this guy right here. Let's give Mr. Phil Spencer. Congratulations, Mr. Phil Spencer.
I think he hears that like every morning he wakes up. The guy's on a roll.
That should be my alarm.
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
The guy's
like
on a roll.
Ovation.
He's living the life.
That'd be a really cool alarm clock sound. Well, have it start with the slow clap.
Just the golf clap.
Yeah,
I have a slow clap on there. You just gotta find
it. And then it goes faster and faster, and then it's a huge crowd, and you're waking up. Yeah.
But
that's gotta be really
Phil Spencer's now a part of the senior leadership team. Congratulations to him. I really think he's doing a great job with Xbox. Now, I was worried at first. I was like, oh no, who's taking over Xbox? He's still in charge of Xbox.
No, he's just now.
I was like, oh geez, who's? And I was actually thinking about this. I want to ask you guys, who do you think would be a good next replacement? Because eventually Phil Spencer's going to retire, right?
I think I'd do
and
a
I
pretty
think
good job.
Maybe. Do you think at that point? You can't find anybody better. You're just like, what do you do?
No, I don't know. That's a hard question because it's I don't know. You'd have to know who's in.
Yeah.
I don't know
who's up and coming.
I don't think I'd want that job because I think the qualifications to get that job is Microsoft has to do something stupid, and then you have to fix it.
Yeah.
Because who's the EA guy that where they had the Red Ring of Death?
Peter.
Oh, the guy that used to be in charge of Xbox?
He
did really good, actually.
No, I know.
Oh, yeah.
I remember watching him talk. Well, he would tell the story about how he went to Bill Gates.
Yeah.
About, we need to fix this red ring
we
lose a lot of money.
He said, look, it was going to cost them a ton of money to fix it. But he said, if we don't fix it, we're done.
Billions and billions. If we don't fix this, we lose this brand. And then he's like, "Sure, okay, go for it."
He pulled out his wallet.
Yeah. No, but I think to get that position, David, you got to go through hell.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
I think that's how they qual. That's how you're qualified.
And that's got to be really stressful.
Because they're like, "All right, we set it up for Phil. We screwed up the E3. All right, Phil, take it away."
Yeah. Krispy Kremer in chat says Dwayne The Rock Johnson would nail it.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Silence says Todd
Howard.
Go get Todd
he
Howard.
would be a good Xbox.
Todd Howard would do good.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's so much more though. There's a difference between being a game publisher,
and then the
being
head
in charge of the device that services all the games, and it's. I don't know. It's hard to say. But
anyway, I think Phil Spencer's doing a great job, so I'm glad he's being recognized over at Microsoft, and keep up the good work.
Yeah, good for you.
Good for Phil Spencer. He's an awesome dude.
A game that looks so sweet.
Yeah, so Shadow of Mordor, an Xbox One X enhanced title.
Yes.
That's going to be awesome. Shadow of War. Dang it.
Mordor's the first one.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, stupid.
So it has a new live action trailer, which is awesome. You know how they start off the trailer? I'm just going to ruin it for you. The reason they start off the trailer by him walking and then just deflecting arrows with his sword. Yeah. Flaming arrows. And he's just like,
not just arrows, flaming arrows.
Flaming arrows. That's important. Do you think it actually makes him see the arrows more?
I don't know. I feel like it's more dangerous. Yeah.
He has that setting turned on.
Flaming arrows.
Oh, man.
What's really cool about this trailer is the game is all about choice. You can choose to do this. You can choose to do that. In the middle of the trailer, you're given like 10 seconds to choose, and it takes you to a second trailer to finish that. So it's kind of cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's an interactive trailer.
And you're like, oh, shoot. Like I was watching it at work, and it made me choose, and I didn't choose, and stuff happened.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Ghost Recon's Wildlands gets PvP.
PvP beta. So it's coming out. It's called Ghost War. We all knew it was coming.
The
open beta is here to try it out.
Yeah.
You can try it out the 21st or the 25th, so this weekend. You have classes. I believe there's like a sniper class, assault class, and so and that's how they're going to do it, which I guess makes sense. It's probably the only way you could do it. with a class system. But it looks super fun, and be sure to try it out. Now this one.
Will you be in squads in that?
Yeah, 4v4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So be sure to check it out. Free to play for everybody during this open beta.
Do you think
this
PvP
weekend till the
can
25th?
save I mean, not that Ghost Recon needs saving, but I don't think Ghost Recon is maybe what they expected it to be. Do you think PvP can help it?
I think PvP gives you a different element because people can always come back for multiplayer. You know what I mean? Like multiplayer is always that thing you can.
Yeah, it will always extend the life of a game.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's always
Always.
what he said.
What I said.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I was trying to
Do you think that it can be it's going to be unique enough PvP to be
That's
interesting or
That's a good question because me and David, we actually talked about this week about Destiny 2's Crucible.
Yeah.
It seems like your generic same old I've had for 10 years PvP in a first person shooter, and I struggle with a game mode like that, you know? So
with PvP, you've got to have something unique that brings you in. Will Ghost Recon have that? Because Ghost Recon already is so different, will they be able to bring that feeling to PvP? Is it going to be about sniping in PvP? What's it going to be about?
Well, you have the different classes. So you have your sniper as one class.
It's going to be like a Rainbow Six type
Then you
style
have
PvP
more
in the
like
jungle?
assault classes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
see, that's
Honestly,
it's important to be good, a good PvP, but at the same time, you can get that anywhere else.
Yeah.
So they would have to do something.
I've yet to play the
don't
beta.
know.
I plan on playing it this weekend.
Yeah.
I hope it's like Future Soldier. I really enjoyed that Ghost Recon.
Sure.
The campaign, the
Yeah,
multiplayer. It was a good multiplayer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was a little bit slower. It was just fun. So
Yeah,
I
it'll
hope it's
be-
kind of like
it'll
that.
be
But I'm not too.
interesting.
We'll have to jump in and find out.
It'll be interesting to jump out and see exactly how it feels, how it plays out, what it does for Ghost Recon. There you go.
yeah.
So
Okay.
this
Good
next
luck,
one,
Ghost Recon.
dude,
Good luck.
check this out. These next two stories, they're pretty epic. So we got a new Assassin's Creed trailer, and let me tell you, I am buying this game.
Just for this trailer.
Dude, this trailer was awesome.
It really was. There's
I
something
think they
about
got the
Egypt.
guys that used to do the Battlefield trailers, and they just came over. I don't know yet, but
Well,
it was just. I mean, there was some weird mask people, but it was all cool. You know what I mean? Like it was a cool trailer, and I'm excited for this game. And more importantly, I'm excited for it on the One X.
Yeah.
yeah.
Because it's going to be another one of the enhanced titles.
Already announced.
So check out the new Assassin's Creed Origins trailer. Awesome.
It looks really
Okay,
cool.
this next one.
Call of Duty.
World War II
Boom.
story trailer came out. Again, I really want to get this game
Yeah, I agree
because
with
of
you.
the setting.
Yeah,
the setting is
after
awesome.
watching this, and I think I'll get it for campaign.
Yeah, I really think I am because this campaign. I mean, I don't know how much I'll play the multiplayer, and I don't know how long I'll stick with it. Right, but I think I want to get this game. Like you said, for the trailer was really good, and it's really interesting. Kind of some of the scenes they showed you.
It really does. So this trailer, Call of Duty World War II, it shows you the story. It tells the story of Private Ronald Red Daniels, a young recruit in the U.S. 1st Infantry Division who experiences combat for the first time on D-Day, one of the largest amphibious assaults in history. After surviving the beaches of Normandy, Red and his squad will fight their way across Europe, engaging the enemy in iconic battle locations such as the Hurtgen Forest and the Battle of the Bulge as they make their way into Germany. The journey begins on November 3rd. It's cool that you're going through these historic battles. Like Battle of the Bulge will be fascinating. And I know a lot about Battle of the Bulge because of Band of Brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
But it really does look interesting. This trailer made me
And
want to play the
I
campaign.
will admit, given these are probably all in-game. Well, I'll admit this game. I feel like they really updated the engine this year. You know what I mean?
Now, Mr. McSpicy, you
looks
were
good.
into the Call of Duty series because of multiplayer.
Yeah.
Could campaign draw you in with a Call of Duty?
Probably not.
Probably not.
Yeah. Because when I play these games, I play for
You play
multiplayer.
purely for multiplayer.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder.
Which is unfortunate. It's probably really good. I mean,
Yeah.
I still haven't played Titanfall 2.
well, I
I
just
feel
asked you
like-
because I feel like you represent a player that buys Call of Duty for
Multiplayer.
multiplayer.
Well,
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of the Call of Duty campaigns are very Michael Bay,
yeah.
which
For
is not
sure.
a bad thing. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? They're over the top.
absolutely.
But these last couple I feel like they're actually doing more to tell stories.
It seems very nuanced.
Yeah, like getting Kevin Spacey, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? And then, the one after that was it Kit Harington,
In
Jon
space.
Snow? Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, and then this one just looks fantastic. But
It really does.
Yeah.
It looks really good. And World War II is just fascinating.
and
anyways,
on
but-
top of that, on the Xbox One, on the Xbox One X, it is going to confirmed, or sorry, well, yeah, it has been confirmed 4K HDR.
Yeah, that got confirmed last week.
Wow, that's big.
And it's kind of funny how it said it because the Sony has their marketing rights now.
Sure.
So it's kind of like when Destiny makes an announcement, it's like, oh yeah, we're doing this. Oh, and yeah, it's on the Xbox. Right? So, but this one was awkward because it's better on the one that they're not partnered with.
Xbox,
So it was really
they're
funny
not
on
partnered
the
with
green
it?
one, not the blue
yeah,
one.
it was just and not saying like PlayStation's better. It was just funny because it was like, yeah, we're doing all this and like, oh yeah,
And at the end it goes,
4K.
blink, PlayStation.
Yeah,
PlayStation.
4K HDR Xbox One X. So
That's
I don't
funny.
know if they are doing that on the PlayStation 4 Pro. I don't think they. Maybe they can. I don't know. I haven't looked at it, but it 4K HDR on the One X.
You know what? I hope it's available on the PlayStation.
No, I do too. It was kind of funny
That would
how they
suck.
said it. You know.
That would suck. You get a PS Pro.
But the
and-
thing is, the One X is more powerful, so it does.
I
have
know,
the,
I
you
know.
what I
I'm
mean?
just, I would.
Grand Theft Auto Online
Dude,
Bambushka run mode is now live.
Do you guys know how this game mode works?
Yeah, you're in a plane.
A bambushka.
A Bambushka, which is a plane with a bunch of guns on it.
A big plane.
Huge plane, like a cargo plane.
And all you do, it's you against another player, and you just see who can survive longer flying around. You got things shooting at you in a bambushka. I'm telling you, man, these are water cooler ideas that they just throw
No,
into the game.
I know.
Like,
I think they have I've said this before. I think they have a stuff guy. Like his job is to just think of stuff.
what if we just flew around in bambushkas?
He's just
they're
in
like,
like
"All
a
right,
he's
yeah,
just in a
let's try."
closet somewhere at Activision,
It's just the stuff guy.
and they're like,
Hey, we need some more stuff.
"Hey, I think
Oh,
it's time for a release. Let's go ask Phil." They just open it. He's just in there, just staring at a wall.
He just grabs a
He's play-
a dictionary and flips through the page and points to B.
He's like,
Bambushka.
"Bambushka, we're putting it in."
It's out now. It's live. It looks like a good time.
Very
so
nice.
be sure to check that out, guys. Have you ever wanted to fight side by side with Spider-Man and Frank West?
I can say I never have. No.
Oh, I
have.
Yeah.
Are you kidding?
Yeah. Well,
You
now
asked me if I want to fight next to Superman and Batman. Yes, I'm there.
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
Or hey, for that matter, have you ever wondered who would win a fight between Frank West and Spider-Man?
yeah.
I have never wondered that, but now I'm wondering.
Yeah.
That.
Well, now
You've changed my life.
Yeah. Your question, for those of you that know, Spider-Man is Spider-Man, obviously, but Frank West is from Dead Rising. He's the photographer, and
We're
he's
gonna
a
get
zombie
it.
killing machine.
We're gonna be able
See,
to
here's
find
the
out.
deal. Frank West, he's like MacGyver. He can
That's-
literally make weapons out of dildos. You know, he can literally make weapons out of anything.
I
He'll
think in this game, by the way, we're talking about, you can find out all the answers to these
He'll
questions
take
by
the webbing and use it to make a net or something
Yeah.
to beat
He's-
Spider-Man.
One of my favorite weapons ever is the lawnmower, or not the lawnmower.
Oh, yeah,
the
the
motorcycle steamroller
Yeah,
with
yeah.
spikes and stuff. Like he can make. And I know that wasn't Frank West, but you know he inspired.
can make it, yeah.
He can do it. He's the MacGyver of weapons.
So to answer all these questions, all you have to do is get Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. It's now out on the Xbox One. Be sure to check it out, and it'll answer all your questions. And by the way, Frank West, they kind of showed the trailer, right? And it showed their supers. Frank West super is well, there's one move where he actually puts on the Lego head and runs into you and charges you. Like, that's one of his moves. It's pretty funny. But his super is he puts those two chainsaws on the dual wield thing, and he just goes crazy. He MacGyver. His super is like you said, it's the
He's
MacGyver.
the MacGyver. He's
Yeah.
the weapon MacGyver.
So
Are you curious about the Xbox One X? Are you curious about how it plays? You are?
I
How
am.
about you, X-Spice? You curious? You want to try it out?
On what? Are we
The
talking-
Xbox One X? You want to try it out?
on
You want
what?
to play it before
On-
it comes out?
No, I mean like what game are we talking about?
Forza 7. Let's say Forza
yeah,
7.
well, yeah.
Okay, well, now guess what? You can.
Okay, I
You
didn't know
can.
where you were going. I was confused.
You can because
much
Best
pressure.
Buy has a deal where you can go in and play the Xbox One X.
only for a limited time.
Limited time, baby.
Whoa.
Saturday, September 23rd, and Sunday, September 24th.
That's this
select
weekend.
Best Buy stores. So not all of them. Select ones. We got 2 in our
We
area.
can go in and play it
You can go in and play it. They'll have it on display.
with an HDR TV. 4K.
Yeah, you go in
Well,
there.
they
and
got
it's
like
not.
20 of them
You
across.
go on
Yeah,
there
it's
and
on
it's on
like
a
one of those
crappy
It's on
fat
TV.
ones.
CRT.
It's on
like,
the old
the old
TVs.
They had to
Radiator
use the
King.
RBG cable, the old,
That has a clicker to change the channel.
An RF out.
So it's not at all Best Buys, only select stores, so be sure to check your store before you run down there. But it's there. You might even be able to touch it. They may let you touch it.
I doubt it'll be behind glass. That thing easily.
A lot of fingerprints on that glass, though. Maybe.
Yeah, I touched the glass.
I touched the
that
Xbox.
touched the Xbox One X.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Next
that'll be cool.
one's a-
Go check it out.
Yeah, next one's a big one. While you're at Best
Huge.
Buy, think about this: Red Dead Redemption 2.
There was a tweet.
There was a tweet,
A tweet has come.
and it says Thursday, September, whatever that day is, 11 a.m.
September
Eastern.
28th.
28th.
Okay, thanks.
2B.
Yeah,
September 2B. Actually, that B's an 8, Jordan.
yeah.
September 28th, 11 a.m., and it has the red background. It's clearly Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah.
It's clearly going to be a trailer, an announcement
I'm so excited.
type of trailer. What do you expect it will be?
I
What do you
expect
think
them
it'll
to
be?
make fun of something,
They'll make fun of something. No. What do you want to see though? What do you think?
dude.
They
Okay,
should introduce
you know what I hope
about
they
it.
I
do?
have two things. What I
Sure.
want to see and what probably it is.
Okay.
What I want to see is another narrative on how awesome the horses are, or whatever
Yeah.
it is.
I
Mechanic
was
they're
just about to
doing.
say that.
Explain
I
the world, everything. I bet you
They
I
didn't-
bet you they do, and I bet you they talk about multiplayer because I think that's going to be a huge part of Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah,
like Grand Theft Auto Online is.
They didn't do that for Grand Theft Auto though. Remember, Red Dead Redemption is the only one where didn't they have like 4 or 5 trailers where that narrator came on
Yeah,
for
he's
about
like,
3 minutes and he's like,
"Our-
"This is how multiplayer works."
the Old West.
Yeah, and he
It's
just
the Old
explains it
West.
to you. He goes, "In multiplayer, you always start out with a Mexican standoff."
I know. It's
And
so
then he like
awesome.
explains.
My
I think
favorite
those are
one-
my favorite trailers because they show off the game and they explain the features of the game, and you got that person's cool voice,
My favorite one is the one on the horse.
Yeah.
It's like,
and it
we-
zooms in on like their
yeah.
rear
Our
legs.
proprietary horse legs are the greatest horse legs in the history of mankind.
And you're looking at it, and you can't argue because you're looking at it.
I know,
You're
you're looking at it, you're like, whoa, eating chips
because
during
their
lunch.
muscles like flex and stuff, and
I choked on water.
I love those trailers.
Proprietary horse muscle cameras really capture the sinews in the back of the horse's legs. Unlike any horse's sinews we've ever seen before.
The greatest in all history.
That horse's ass is amazing.
That's really, and you get pumped.
And you're like, I want that horse's ass.
You get so pumped. Like, there's not any trailers like that. Like, Rockstar did that. I haven't seen them again.
No, I think I saw 1 or 2 maybe where they go, "This is the world of such and such," and they explain it. But I really do think those are the best trailers because I feel like you get it all. You get gameplay, you get someone explaining the features to you in depth, and you
Yeah.
get a cool voice.
So what do you want to see from the Red Dead 2
Do you know-
trailer announcement? Was a poll up in chat. 60% said gameplay trailer, 20% said a story trailer, and 20% says they want to see a main character reveal. I don't really care about the story. I know it'll be a good story. I want to see
It's
the features.
Rockstar.
I want to see the gameplay. I want to see how it looks in actual gameplay footage.
Yeah.
It makes
Maybe
spicy.
like
You were
10
gonna
minutes of gameplay. That'd be cool.
Yeah,
No,
what were you gonna say?
I was going to say, I want the voiceover to be like the ultimate cowboy that does those commercials. He's the guy on Roadhouse.
Yeah.
He's also on Tombstone. He's the oldest brother on Tombstone.
Yeah, he's also
What's his name?
We Were Soldiers. He's
Yeah.
the general and We Were
He,
Soldiers.
he has the best
He
cowboy
does.
voice
He does.
I've ever. I want him to do the, and this is how you be a man.
Yeah, yeah.
Like just
Welcome to the Wild West.
Wild West.
Our new proprietary horse capturing footage captures
Dude, man,
every
it's,
detail.
how many years
Whores and
has it
arse.
been? Their horse cameras probably got really good.
You've heard it. You've heard the term hung like a horse. Well, thanks to our proprietary cameras.
Our the whores in our saloon. They're, oh man, I can't go any further. We got to. It's family friendly.
I'm
We gotta
really
stop.
excited. We should do a special episode.
Sam Elliott,
for-
thank you.
Who
Yes,
do you
Sam
think-
Elliott.
Sam Elliott, yes.
Who do you think writes like these stories? Like for example, excluding Grand Theft Auto because they're funny, but like just the character Sid in Red Dead Redemption, like that crazy weird
Oh.
that you think is weird, but he's hilarious,
Is
and
his
you kind of
name
get
Sid or
excited.
Sam? Is this Sid?
It's Sid, the
the grave
Is he
digger?
the grave digger? Yeah. Well,
And
all
you
those
you like
characters-
look forward to his missions because he's hilarious,
Well,
but
but-
like who writes the like?
Well, all the missions, like Mr. McSpice said, because even the snake oil salesman, he's hilarious.
guys,
He's
yeah.
really
No,
good.
he's-
And
Yeah.
doesn't he he kills someone because he sells them that like
the
anti-zombie
the
stuff?
top hat guy that gets the minigun.
Yeah.
Dude, that guy's hilarious. Like these characters. That's what's so great about Red Dead and Rockstar. They make characters that you just enjoy.
Yeah.
That you're just like, oh.
Well, I just remember that Sid. I was like, that's a weird guy, but I like him.
He's hilarious. He's a little chipper.
Isn't there a scene where you catch him like kissing one of?
Yeah.
the...
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
He's
he's a
messed up, man.
He's a weirdo. He's a weirdo. Do you think it's going to be John Marston? John Marston's
Younger days.
No.
story of how he becomes
The reason
to be redeemed.
Yeah, the reason I don't think it's about John Marsden is Rockstar has never redone a character again.
Sure. Okay.
They have alluded to him. They have Easter egged. This happened in Liberty City,
Yeah.
or this happened in Vice City,
Yeah.
or in Vice City. Yeah, that's what it's called, right? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, this happened, but they never. You get characters. You get B characters. Like
cross
Brucey.
game.
Brucey was from Liberty City,
Sure.
and he comes in.
Johnny.
Yeah,
For
yeah.
like 30 seconds.
Yeah, and
They
you
just
get
took care of
some of
him.
the Irish brothers, you know, Packy. I think Packy's in it as well,
Having said that, though, do you think,
but not main characters.
since Red Dead Redemption is completely different, that there's a chance that they could?
But
do
I
that?
mean, like-
because do we know the time? Did they announce the time period? It's earlier than Red Dead Redemption was, so we're definitely going back in
Now,
time.
what if? How about this? What if it's his son a little bit more grown up? Remember-
because I think we know we're going back in time. Let me.
Oh,
Google
no, that's
that.
right. You're right. We are going back.
Yeah,
in
we're
time.
going
I
back
think you're
in time.
right. Yeah, I think you're right.
And so that's
It's true, Cowboy.
What
'cause-
if it's his father?
his father's father.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't know. Or at the very least, do you think maybe we'll play the leader of the gang that John Marston just happens to be a part of? Like, or do you think he'll be in it at
Maybe
all?
you'll
Do you think
play
there'll
a
be-
rival game.
Or do you think it'll just be
gang.
Easter eggs? Like,
No, I think it'll just be
think
Easter
it'll be
eggs.
Easter eggs?
Because Rockstar has never done that, ever.
yeah,
And each game is drastically different
They've-
in every.
Yeah.
You know, and I mean, yeah, there's people walking on the streets. The engines are the same, but the stories are all they're different.
yeah.
Honestly, I think it's going to be very similar to Grand Theft Auto. I think they really like that 3-character storytelling. I think it's going to be
Yeah.
something like that.
I don't
And
know. I don't think they'll go back to the 3-character
You
storytelling.
don't think so?
No.
I feel like they really like that.
Because I think there's strengths in the 3-character
Mm-hmm.
storytelling, but I think there's also weaknesses. Like, I hated being Lamar.
Yeah.
Every time I got sent back to Lamar, I found it so boring, especially after you get to go out to the desert.
yeah.
Yeah, see, and I liked being the dude.
Michael?
Yeah, Michael, just because I felt like he's trying to be
No,
a family man.
I
and he's
enjoyed
got to take care of business.
I enjoyed Michael because of his kids. They
Trevor,
cracked me up.
I liked playing Trevor.
Just to switch to him to see where he was.
Trevor kind of scared me, though. You know what I mean? That's
No, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't think they will go with 3 characters.
You
I
think
think
it'll
that
be
worked
more
for
of a
Grand
s-
Theft Auto.
Although,
I think you stay with 1 character in this one.
Lamar's friend was hilarious.
He was funny.
his friend. Yeah.
He's got
And his aunt.
yeah, his aunt and how Trevor treated her.
Yeah, he was like, "Shut up."
He's oh, here, let me buy you something. He gives her $1. That's so funny. She complains. Oh man, their scenes are so funny.
No, I think they'll go ready. I'll go opposite of Spicy. I think that John Marston will play a heavy role. Whether we're him or not, I don't know, but I think he'll be in there. I think this will be a prequel.
He'll be the kingpin.
It will be like a prequel of why he needs to be redeemed in the second. Like Red Dead Redemption was about him redeeming himself. This will be about just doing bad stuff. Why, the story of the gang, and maybe at the end he gets out, and that's where Red Dead Redemption
He
begins.
meets his wife.
Now I don't know if we'll play him. I think we'll actually play like the gang leader.
I don't know. They usually start you out as an underdog, and then you become stuff. Maybe it's the formation of the game.
Well, maybe yeah.
Was he an underdog, John? Well, I guess he kind of was because he
John
was
Marston-
working for the FBI and he worked his way up. And
Yeah.
yeah, I guess
I believe they call it the FIB,
FIB. That's right.
but I don't think it was the FIB. Wasn't it the Secret Service
Yeah,
or
something
something?
like that.
Yeah.
and on his
John
train
Marston?
on the way to
It was the
Bonnie
Pinkertons.
McFarlane,
Pink,
right?
yeah,
It was
yeah.
the Pinkertons.
Which isn't that the
Pinkertons
Secret
was like
Service?
the private law agency. They were like police that you would hire out. Cities would hire them out, type of deal.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
Fascinating. Quite
It's going to be
fascinating.
fun. Next Thursday, we'll find out a lot more.
Do
so
you
be sure
think they're
tune
going to
in.
bring in a zombie mode like
I
they
hope
did in the
so.
original Red Dead?
Undead Nightmare was probably one of the funnest DLCs I've ever played.
It was
Because again, it was hilarious because you got Sid and that top hat guy. What is his name?
I don't know the top hat.
The
guy.
top hat guy
Newman?
made me laugh every time
Newman?
he talked.
When you
Newt-
went to
I don't know.
Mexico, he
Oh, it was sorry. It was the U.S. Marshals, not the Pinkertons. I don't know why I thought it was Pinkertons. It's the U.S. Marshals.
Yeah. No.
Chevrolet in chat says, "I want to play as the Sasquatch from Redemption." Yeah, remember when you saw you had to see him?
I never saw him.
Dude, I remember
there's a
when
mission
I
with him.
saw.
Oh.
Yeah, I remember when I first saw. What was it
Oh
called?
yeah, that's right. But he. What,
He's like
the
sad.
legend.
yeah.
The legend down in Mexico. What was it called?
The wolf.
Yeah. What do you,
The
Mark? Do you
El
know?
Lobo.
What?
The
Yeah. What was
Lobo,
it called? Something like that. It was like this legend, and I found it and killed it. And what was
The
it?
white wolf or something. I
No,
don't
that's
remember. It was
Geralt.
the giant
That's
wolf.
different.
Okay.
The White Wolf. That's a
was like
different universe.
What? It's bothering
Wes
me.
Dickens is the top hat guy. Wes Dickens.
Dude, he would
Seth.
say he would.
Seth is the grave
You're
digger, not Sid.
Sid, yes.
Wes Dickens would get in the craziest stuff, and he'd talk his way.
Well,
and
I
it's
love
just-
when he sold that one guy the anti-zombie formula, and they all just
And they all go
John
eat him.
Marston's like, "What'd you do?" Like he just like, he's like, "What?"
Or
the-"
how about memorable characters with no name, like the kid, the scientist who's trying to fly and jumps off the cliff and dies.
And John Marston just watches. It had nothing to do. Did you even do? I think you did like one
You
little
did
mission
like
for him,
two
and then
missions
he's like,
for him,
"Woo!"
and then he goes down, and then it's just there. You can always go back, and it's just
and he's
there.
dead. Yeah.
You know that lady that was like super religious that wouldn't eat food and stuff, and she was tied up. Do you remember
Uh-huh.
that? You get an achievement for picking her up and putting her on the train tracks.
Oh, really?
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, I probably got that achievement.
Yeah.
Or remember the old man who is picking flowers for his wife, and you go in, and he's sitting talking to his wife, who's a skeleton
dead.
in the rocking chair.
Oh yeah, I do, man. And then there's the creepy, the mysterious guy,
The
that
mysterious
you
stranger.
would randomly see, and he would
Yeah.
say, "Check this out," or whatever, and you
Did they ever explain him?
I can't remember. I
Interesting.
got to replay it. Okay, where's my game?
And El Chupacabra. That's
That's
right.
what it is.
The Chupacabra. Yes.
The El Chupacabra. That's what I found. I think it was a hunting mission. Actually,
El
you had to go find.
Chupacabra.
Yeah.
Oh,
Anyway,
yeah,
very
Silence
cool
Pro-
game.
Silence, you brought that up in chat. I
Be
didn't even see
sure
it.
to check out whatever they got announced for, or whatever they're going to announce for
That
us
is
next
Thursday,
September
11
20th,
a.m. Pacific time.
Eastern time.
Eastern time, 11 a.m. So that's 9 our time. Guys, should we get together? You got to work that day, Jordan?
Yes.
Should we get together?
Should we come to your work?
Should we come to your work? Can we watch it at your work? Will you guys let us?
You could. I probably won't be there on Thursday though.
Where are you gonna be? I mean, I'll
Driving
come.
around.
Okay.
We'll come do a stop at 9 o'clock
Yeah.
and watch it. We could all watch it together. We maybe do it live, give our thoughts immediately afterwards. It's
That would
huge.
be
It's Red
cool.
Dead Redemption.
It is.
Anyways, all right, moving on.
Moving
Last
on
but
to
not
another
least,
big game, Destiny. Of course, we can't go a week without talking about Destiny. This
not
week,
at the moment.
yeah, this week, the factions are coming back.
Boom.
Oh yeah, I heard.
So-
I heard.
So what does
So,
that mean?
Dead Orbit, the factions from the Destiny
Yeah.
1, the old NPC vendors, I guess, that
Yeah,
you
yeah.
could get. You could represent their honor and then
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
eventually buy gear from them.
Yeah, you got
And trade
Dead
things in.
Orbit, New Monarchy, and Future War Cult, or what? How did Future War? However, she said like that.
Yeah, the
crazy. I hope they
smoker.
have the same voice. Like she was.
The
She
lady
was a
with-
weird. She was.
She was. Do you know what she was?
scared
on?
me.
She was on 24 season 4.
Oh really?
And yeah, she was. She scared me then too. She was intense.
So-
she talks like this. Yeah, she has like. She's a
So
smoker.
it starts September 26th at 2 a.m. Pacific time. So it's basically their server kind of resets they do every
Yeah.
week. So on this Tuesday, September 26th, 2 a.m. Pacific, you will be able to volunteer your services for your favorite faction. You can go up. You can't do it for all factions.
Yep.
It's one faction per character. So if you have 3 characters, you can essentially do them all. But
But that's how Destiny 1 was. You couldn't be multiple.
you can switch. Couldn't you,
You could switch
though?
once a week or something like that.
Oh, okay, maybe yeah. So I guess you're right. Yeah, I wasn't
Yeah.
even thinking that. Anyway, yeah, one faction per character. You'll basically pledge your allegiance to that faction. You will go out and do stuff for them. You'll bring it back and get loot. It's pretty cool.
All right.
So, and Destiny's doing good because it's a fun game.
Destiny is doing good. Very nice. Our clan did finish the. Oh, we talked about that
Yeah,
already.
yeah,
but
they
did
finished the
finish
raid.
the raid.
And how
Super
awesome
fun.
our clan is.
We've got an awesome clan.
Yeah, be
which-
sure this next Tuesday to jump on your favorite faction. I am going to go with Dead Orbit like I did in the first game. So
Why?
I don't know. I like the black and white gear that
Yeah.
they have.
Hey, I have a question. So
And that guy is,
remember
like, the least
the
scary.
girl that's in the asteroid belt,
Yeah, the queen.
the queen, the Wrath of the Queen. That's
Yeah.
right. Does she ever come back? Like, are we going to
She
see
is
her again?
currently dead.
Yeah.
Quotation marks for those who are just listening.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. It would be-
Air quotation marks.
Because if you remember, she went to war with the Taken King, Oryx.
So we're going to
And
see her
he
again.
just hit this destroy
Well,
button.
she's not dead.
Well,
you didn't see her die.
she's-
Her buddy, her
she's
brother,
dead.
and some explosions happen.
She's dead.
But wasn't she already kind of dead?
She's awoken.
all awoken.
She's
right?
awoken. Yeah.
Yeah.
So she used to be.
I've
dead.
actually
But
been really
technically, Guardians were dead.
Yeah, I've actually been really getting into the lore. I went back
Yeah.
and I've been like reading different websites about the original game.
There's a great YouTube video.
Grimoire
It's an hour and a half long, and he goes through the entire lore.
Yeah, is it My Name is Bife?
My name is Blythe.
Yeah, I listen to him too.
He does his own. We should.
He's
have him
actually
on
on
the
a
show.
podcast called Guardian Radio.
Yeah,
which
that's
is
where
really
that's
good,
where I heard about it. We should have him on the show. He lore wise blows me away. The production value. So he does.
He does a good job.
He does what Destiny should have done as a recap.
They should
Like
have
he
hired him.
really does. Such a good job. It had to take 100 of hours to put that.
Yeah, no, but
put that
I've been
together.
really getting into the lore. I've been watching his videos and like reading the old Grimoire cards on websites
Yeah.
and stuff. Just getting into it. It really is a super fascinating story.
It's excellent.
They just got to explain it. You know, what I mean? They just got to tell you.
Gotta
It's
tell us. it.
excellent.
So
Anyways, moving on. This brings us to the portion of the show where we talk about where we take questions. If you want to submit a question, you can do so every week over on Facebook, facebook.com/X1Bros. There's a post that goes up every Friday. Just comment on that post, leave your question there, and we will get to it in the show. This portion of the show is brought to you by iTunes. If you want to help the community grow, please go over to iTunes, rate, review, and subscribe to us there. It helps us in our rankings. It makes it possible for more positive gamers like yourself to come and join the community. The community is growing quite rapidly, especially over on Discord, and it is so much fun. If you want more of that, please go rate, review, and subscribe to us on iTunes. It really helps us out. Bob Blast writes in.
it's a good name.
Speaking of Destiny, his question pertains to said game. Bob
Okay.
Blast says, I'm having a ton of fun with this game, and I'm still having a ton of fun with this game. Having said that, here's my question. How should Bungie sustain the game when all the content can be had in just a few days? I find myself jumping into the Crucible just to get the most out of the game. Do you think... What does Bungie need to do to keep people in the game, to keep them playing? Or are they already doing it? Is there some tweaks they can make? Personal opinions. Let's start down at the end. Mr. McSpicy, what are your thoughts? What is Bungie... First, let's start with maybe what is Bungie doing right to keep people in the game? And then what can they improve on, in your opinion, to keep people in Destiny 2?
This question just exhausted me. I honestly don't know.
Sure.
I mean, I've put a lot of hours into this game so far. I'm actually kind of taking a break. You know what Witcher did to Jordan?
That's what Destiny has done to you.
I'm now.
Well, you've been running 3 characters.
I've been running 3 characters. I'm now looking into woodworking. So just so you know how hardcore this was to my psyche. It was,
To your nervous system. It
oh
just
man,
shocked it.
I tried to pull up Overwatch to play something else. You know, even though that's a first-person shooter,
You're just in a rut.
I couldn't.
Well, no,
Like,
Minecraft is going to bring you out of that
yeah,
rut,
that Minecraft is.
Speaking of woodworking,
Yes.
No, but what are your thoughts? Do you think they did a good job to keep people consistently coming back, or do you think they knew a little bit more, or is it
when you use the
subjective?
term 3 days, that's interesting because is that 72 hours of gameplay or
Yeah,
you know
no, true.
or is that 6 hours you had 2 hours a day? It's just what they do right is they get you addicted. They get you addicted to loot and I'm sure they took tips from Bungie from Blizzard and every other loot and grab kind of game because they do it really good. You're trying to get better loot. That is the core of the game. The story's just icing on the cake now that we have a story, but that's what they do well. And in order to get that loot, you need to put in the time.
Yeah.
And in order to put in the time, you start looking up effective ways. You know, that's what's exciting about a looting game like this. And they do it really good. I think they do it well. One of the things I think hurts the game a little bit is Xur. I think that makes things speed up a lot, even though this week is probably his best. I mean, he's only been here 2 weeks. Last week, it really wasn't too good
what
of stuff.
does he have this week?
He's got a really good weapon. It's a missile launcher that's really good.
Oh,
And there's one other armor set that's decent. The others are.
Where is Xur this week?
He is in Titan. He's in the right section.
Okay.
Xur, I think, is interesting. I know they put it in there to try to balance out the people that are lucky and that aren't lucky.
Sure.
But I mean, think about. I haven't played.
Xur doesn't go above 360 though, does he?
260, you mean?
270.
260.
270. But if you,
He has 270 gear.
well, it's 265 with the
Oh, okay,
heroic
yeah,
modifier,
yeah.
and he doesn't buy that. But you can easily get a rocket launcher. Not easily. I mean, use that term loosely. But you can just upgrade it with just a random legendary drop that you get from an NPC or Strikes or Crucible or whatever. So you can level it up. It's interesting that Xur is there because he kind of they put him in there. This is what I think. This is why I think they put him in there to balance the hardcore gamers to those that can only play a certain couple hours
Sure.
a day.
The more casual.
The more casual, and I think, and you could correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the gear, like if you were playing World of Warcraft, it was hard to get certain gear for, you know.
Well, you had to work for it. You couldn't just. I mean, you could auction. Buying gear only takes you so far.
Yeah.
You have to at some point put in the time to work for it, whether it's PvP, whether it's
Isn't that the same here?
dungeons, whether it's
No,
you know
because
what
Xur exists. That's what I'm saying
Yep.
is,
But can Xur... Because you can get 300 gear. What's the top gear that you can get?
well, can't you technically with the raid now get to 350? I don't know what it, no, I can't. I know 300 was the max at some
Yeah,
point,
yeah.
but then the raid came in. I don't know. I'll be honest. I think Destiny, I think Xur damages the integrity of the items a little
But with
bit.
Xur, since, and this is just a question, since he only sells exotics, doesn't that keep it somewhat? Because you can only equip one exotic on each
Yeah.
weapon, and you know what I mean. So
Yeah.
you'd still have to work for the. Does that keep it somewhat? For example,
Yeah.
say you bought a head, chest, arms, and boots from Xur. You can only wear one of those at a time. You know
Cap
what I mean?
is 350.
That's what I thought now. So yeah, you can, yeah, that's true.
But I mean, I get what you're saying.
But
It
those
does boost you up a bit having even just one of those items.
Just the, I don't know, it damages, I don't know if damage is the right word, but the integrity of the items that you get are no longer rare.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not exotic.
They're not as rare.
Yeah, and I don't know, and their system in complete RNG
Is it an improvement? Is there RNG an improvement over
Oh,
Destiny 1?
yeah.
Yeah, it is, because now you get it. I don't know. Well, I don't know, and maybe it's too soon to call this because we've only had the game for 2 weeks and we
Sure.
don't know all the exotics that are out there
Yeah.
yet, or gear or anything. We're still learning. I don't know. It kind of. It's hard to. It's such a hard question to answer, to be honest, because they do things right. I don't know how I would improve it, but I don't know how I would do it wrong either.
Mad Shot in chat says it spoils the ground. A poll went up. Did Destiny give its
Spoils
players
the
too
grind.
much too soon? 50% yes, 50% no. Ronan in chat says, I think it's been way too easy to get gear. Nothing feels special. Is that kind of summarize what you're saying? There's
Well-
nothing like Jordan said with World of Warcraft. You had items that you knew how much time you put in if you had that item.
Here's a question. Now that they have the powerful gear quests and milestones for Call to Arms or the other one where you do the world events and the XP for the clan, what's the incentive now to do nightfalls and raids besides, I mean, having a good time with your friends, of course, but we're talking about the core of the game, the loot.
To get to 350, obviously, but what is the golden gun at 350 or the golden piece of armor?
Maybe I just haven't seen that stuff yet.
Don't
but-
Nightfalls give you higher than the public events though?
No, I'm talking about the milestones. The milestones that give you
yeah.
powerful gear.
Which is dependent on what your current level is.
I guess the raid gear will bump you up. So, yeah, I don't know. It's such, I don't know how to answer that question.
And well, maybe the fact that we don't have a solid opinion or solution
Well-
or is that we don't know yet. It's too soon.
See that question? He's 3 days in and he's done basically.
Well,
with
he
the grind.
feels that he's done. He's
Everything the game
participated
has-
in
yeah.
most of the stuff in the
I'm-
game, minus like the raid, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Or stuff
I got to
like
be
that.
honest. I'm in the same boat. Like I'm
You
burnt.
don't know where to go next.
I'm burnt out, and I don't want to touch that game for
Yeah.
a while. You know, and I
Yeah.
haven't
You
even
just
done
wait
the
till
raid.
December for the expansion because you own them all now. You bought the big
I
boy.
did.
edition.
you
I
did
did.
buy the big boy.
I did. And see, when the expansion hits, it bumps you up. They put you on a quest that bumps you right up pretty far. Anyways, I don't know. It's just,
So who does it better at this point? Let me ask you this. Because I think it's unfair. It's more unfair to compare it to WoW. It has WoW aspects. I think it's more accurate to compare it to Diablo 3. Who does the grind better? Destiny or Diablo?
At a
Or
certain
are they
point,
different?
Diablo,
Or
you
are
feel
they
burnt out too?
Or are they different enough?
Well, because
So
Diablo,
you can't really compare them.
Diablo has had so much time to mature with the
That's
season.
true.
they
Yeah, I
have
mean, how
seasons
long
now.
is Destiny out? Yeah.
They're in season 11 now,
Yeah.
and those seasons make that rejuvenates the game a lot.
It
more
really does. Do you
than-
think a season type mode in Destiny would work? Or
I don't.
No?
Not with their system because they would have to unlock more character slots, and they are very particular in not unlocking more
Yeah.
characters. They even there's been a lot of questions in Discord, and I've been trying to help people with what I know on how to level up past like 260, 265. That initial push is extremely difficult, and one of the things that you could have done in, say, Destiny 1 is create another. If you're a hunter, create another hunter and run everything again.
You can't do that now. They announced that today or yesterday
can't.
on Twitter. Yeah.
They put a soft. They won't let you do the milestones, and they won't let you do the extra quests. So they are very particular in only having 3 classes, is what I'm trying to say. So
Yeah.
3 slots, 3 classes.
Wait,
no,
you can't go hunter.
No.
No,
It
they don't
doesn't
give you-
benefit you anymore.
So what if you already have a hunter?
you delete
delete it.
and
Well, I
go
mean, like,
Titan.
how does it not benefit you anymore? Is what I'm saying.
They don't give you the milestones. They don't give you the quests to redo
So
it every week
milestones are basically locked
They're
per class.
Per class, yeah.
per class.
They want you to do the 3 different classes.
I actually think that's really smart of them to do. It keeps
Yeah.
people playing. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, it makes it more grindy.
yeah.
For sure.
Which, let's be honest, is point.
It's the point of the game. I just remember 3 weeks ago I was playing Diablo pretty hard, and I played Destiny pretty hard. I'm in like a gaming funk.
Yeah, you just need to take a week off.
I'm now.
Watch some Netflix.
Jordan-
I've
do a little
watched a
season
lot
2
of woodworking videos.
Jordan, how about you? Do you have an opinion on this? Is it too early to tell for you?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
What does Destiny need to do, or are they doing
It's
it?
such a hard question.
well, it really is a hard question because you take a game like
sustain-
World of
to
Warcraft,
sustain
which
the game
does
over
have
a
a
long
lot
time.
more content. But the reason I think World of Warcraft has a lot more content is, well, first of all, it's like an MMO of thousands of players, right? But
Yeah.
the leveling process in World of Warcraft, I think, takes
More
initially
challenging.
a little bit longer. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
can't
I mean,
level
like,
Do you-
put
do
it
you
this
think
look,
that-
look.
do you think they
you
make-
are going to have your hardcore players that, no matter what's in the game, they still beat it within a couple days, right?
Sure.
You're always going to have that with any game. But just talking like a regular casual player, because I mean, just playing it casually, you can probably be done with the game and tried everything it has to offer and be a decent light level within a week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So I think to clarify, I want to insert a preface here or an asterisk. We love this game. We're literally discussing how we can play more of it or what Destiny needs to do to keep us playing more of it. Do you think, having said that, do you think the campaign was too easy to do too fast? Do you think they should have made it before you could do certain missions, you really had to grab? I don't think
For MMO, yes.
I
For
don't
a shooter,
think-
no.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
But for
And they're in that.
for Destiny, though, do you think that it should have been harder to say, instead of doing you just have to be a certain experience? Because it was way easy to get experience up. I had to do like no side quests to experience
now
almost
that,
ever.
like, I have the coins now on my alternate characters.
Yeah.
Do you think they should have made those missions dependent on light levels instead?
Well,
And the final mission you could do at
it's-
260 or
Yeah.
270?
oh, I get what
So
you're saying.
so that you expand, so that then in between each of the missions you have to run the public events, you have
But
to
if
do
they
the
did that-
adventures.
Well,
If
they
they-
made it dependent on level. Like you had to be level 15.
Yeah,
before
but
you
that
could
was
start
easy
some
to
mission.
get.
Yeah, I
that
guess,
was
yeah.
that was not hard to get at all. You do the story, and
Do
you
one or two public events between stories.
Yeah, and you dink
Yeah.
around for 5 minutes, and you're there.
So if they did that, the game wouldn't have released in 6 years. You know,
Yeah.
You know, I mean, think about how many quests, side quests. I mean, they did add adventures, and they added,
Yeah.
some missions. But like, World of Warcraft would take you months to
Yeah.
get to,
Yeah.
to max out your character. You
Yeah.
know,
Oh, yeah, into like 100% quest. excuse me, quest lines. 'Cause
So,
there's
so it
thousands
sounds
of
like
quests.
to wrap this up. It sounds like we're just undecided, and I think we're undecided because it's too soon.
Well-
They've not even released the harder modes in Raid yet. We don't know how that's going to look, how that's going to handle, what kind of different loot. You'll
Yeah.
see then stuff like that. So it's probably too soon to say what they need to do to keep sustaining. We probably won't be able to tell until, 3 weeks from now, 4 weeks from now?
Yeah, I think that. I mean, if you want to keep going and saying what we can improve upon, I think I don't like quick play. I want for playlists. This is for PvP.
Sure.
They only have a quick play playlist. You can't choose which mode. Team deathmatch.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm sure that will
Conquest.
come in a patch
Well,
where they give you those
What I
options,
think
but-
they need to do, and so does the internet.
Battle Royale?
Yeah.
In
It
Destiny.
could do it, and that would be awesome.
What I think they need to do, and what a lot of the internet thinks they need to do, is actually have a ranking in your competitive mode.
Yeah. Well,
And I mean, honestly, any
a ranking
ranking
you can see.
any ranking you pick, I mean, it's not going to be perfect, just like in any game with rankings. But I mean, at least you have something to shoot. Because
Sure.
like, I don't play the competitive mode because I just feel like it's the same thing, but I have to wait longer. So I always choose quick play because competitive mode compares you with players of your skill, but who knows what your skill is because
Well,
you don't have. I mean,
quick
it's all on the
play-
back end.
Quick play does it too.
Well,
If you
quick
notice
play
at the bottom
doesn't.
right,
It's not as forgiving.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
It
It's
says evaluating guardians.
yeah, and it'll say, man, put it this way: competitive play probably tries to find just to give you numbers, players within 5, whereas quick play is players within 10. You
And
know
I
what
would
mean?
I would argue that 90% of the people playing PvP are doing it for the call to arms milestone.
Yeah.
They're not doing it to play PvP, which I think hurts the integrity of what PvP.
Yeah, I would agree with you there.
I would say I think this was a problem with Destiny 1 too. I would say get gear that you can only use in PvP,
PvP.
and get gear you can
That's
only
how.
use in PvE.
That's how. I can't remember how they did it.
Guild
in
Wars 2 did
Legion.
that.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
made it-
Warcraft used to have a currency specifically for PvP, PvE. They've changed it a lot. But yeah, I like that idea.
That way it splits up. You can get what you want. If you play PvP, that's fine. You can upgrade your gear there. You can unlock stuff. But I mean, I don't know.
Great question. Thank you so much, Bob Blast, for writing in. We don't have an answer for you.
That's a hard question.
That is a hard question.
And I'm exhausted.
Good game. Let's get away from the Destiny talk for a little while here. Let's talk some Ubisoft. Rune Travlik writes in and says, Ubisoft gets a lot of hate, but Rainbow Six Siege has a huge player base and is an excellent game. What have they done right with that game since it keeps getting more and more players? It's time for some praise for Rainbow Six. Stay positive, guys. I agree with you. That game is fantastic.
Yeah.
What do they go right? Why are they growing?
I think it's because they
Rainbow
don't
Six.
force you to use Uplay.
Jordan gives a veiled
jab.
jab.
I guess if you're playing on the PC, you have to go through the Uplay stuff, but it works. I
Mr.
don't know.
McSpicy, you
There's-
raised your hand, shot up right away.
No, well, yeah.
What do they do right?
I want to say interesting fact. I was looking at. You can go to Microsoft and look at the most played games every week. This game was number 1.
It's always there. That's in a week with Destiny,
That's in a week with Destiny. Rainbow Six is still the most played game on Xbox.
and it is growing its audience. It's becoming a big streaming game. I watch lots of streamers.
Honestly, I think it's the multiplayer only that helps, right? It's the consistent
Super
updates,
focused.
the new characters, but I think it's the style of multiplayer. It's not run and gun. You know
it's
what
not
I mean?
twitchy. It's twitchy
Yeah.
to a point. It is twitchy. Let's rephrase that.
I mean, I guess some characters are run and gun, but I
it's
mean, it's a little bit
strategic-
more like you check your corners, you know?
yeah.
strategic teamwork, I think, is the appeal because it's entertaining even to watch.
Well, and I feel like when you get a kill in Rainbow Six, it's like when you get a kill in Battleground. You're just like, oh yeah.
I
You
know,
know what
it
I mean?
feels
Like,
good.
It feels
it's
good.
satisfying.
And if you like use your like, I remember one time I used my drone to look around a corner and someone was there and I peeked out and shot. I mean, it's the gameplay and the way that it's the game style. It's just
Yeah.
the way that it's a different. How would you explain?
It's
the
unique.
yeah, there you go. I mean, it's a unique multiplayer.
I'd like to add that in Call of Duty, I'm going to compare this game directly to Call of Duty and the community of both.
Sure.
And because of the styles of the game, in Call of Duty, I played this game for years and years. You would be shamed if you were a camper. I mean, people would message you, camper, such and such camper. You're a camper. And I got to tell you, my oldest brother, he was in the military and he was trained in urban combat. And I'm telling you, he is a camper because that is how he was trained. He was trained not to lose his life or the lives of others. And how he plays the game it's funny to watch because he will just hold his position, look, hug the walls. And it's really interesting to watch him play a game like Call of Duty. But the community would shame that style of gameplay.
Sure.
Then comes Rainbow Six. But see, that style of gameplay, if that's how you like to play, that's how you like to play.
Sure.
Shut up and let me play the game how
Yeah,
I paid this money.
But Call of Duty's not built for you to have success with that. I mean, not built for that style of play.
Well, it used to be better, but they've since, in the progression of the game, since the community shamed it so much, they've kind of gone away and they've promoted run and gun style. You could 360 and snipe someone in the face with a sniper close range.
They Michael Bay'd the PvP.
Rainbow Six comes along and a lot more players feel more comfortable camping, and it gives each player a chance to camp without the shaming.
I mean, I think it's hold this position.
Hold the position. That's what you're doing now. You're not camping. You're defending a position.
Yeah.
I think that makes
It's all about how you say it.
I think that removing the shaming of a certain style of play lets people play a game how they want. I think that's one of the reasons it's such a fun game for a lot more people to play because...
Well, it's a game that requires patience. It's not a fast-paced game. I mean, it can be fast, but I don't think it's a fast-paced game. It is...
It's slower.
It's strategic.
It's far more strategic.
Teamwork.
And I think one of the great reasons of this game is, let's take a game like Overwatch, where they significantly changed how a shooter is played.
Sure.
With bizarre abilities, bizarre weapons, bizarre utilities.
Yeah.
They didn't take it from this game, but it's a hybrid of such a different style of of shooters. And it's merged more with the traditional style, yet you still get those abilities. You still get the shield. You still can have
talking
utility.
about Rainbow Six?
Rainbow Six, yeah. Sorry, was I...
Well, I just got confused where you switched from Overwatch.
No, so Overwatch is so far that way, and that's why people like it. But this is
the other
different, but still traditional.
Yeah.
Is what I'm trying to say. Silence 42 in chat says, as an RB combat cavalry trooper, they helped write the book on urban combat, and he says camping is the key to winning and living. And that's
well, it's going. Rainbow Six has always been just a different game in that it's trying to be more simulation-y without being simulation-y.
Yeah.
And I think that's just how it plays in multiplayer. Madshot says it's not a Twitch shooter to a degree, and they have consistent content releases. That is huge.
That's really, they've done an excellent job at
also,
supporting.
one other thing I think is when you're watching it, I think this is really important. When you're watching it, you can tell who is good, and it translates easy. I don't have to know the game to understand what's going on. And with other games, I think with Call of Duty, you got to know the game sometimes to understand what's going on, where they're at, what map is this. Rainbow Six, it translates well like that. It's easily accessible, yet strategically difficult.
Yeah.
So great game anyways. Good conversation. Thanks, Rune Trelvik, for writing in. Let's go down to Nick Wrightston. Let's actually do this. Jojo in chat had a question earlier. He said, do I wait for, and I believe he wrote this in last time, but he says, right now, this is the moment of truth. Do I wait or do I get the Xbox One X now? I say now.
Just get it now. Why
Get it
not?
now. That's two.
You spend it now.
Mark,
you spend your money now, or you spend your money later. Might
Mark,
as well
you're
spend
going
it
3
now.
for 3. Are we going to go 3 for 3? Get it now? Or
And
no?
on your way to buy your Xbox, pick up a $5 box and see if you get lucky on the way down.
From Taco Bell.
Yeah.
I would say if you can do it.
3 for 3. Yes, we went 3 for 3.
If you can do it. I mean, I
And
understand.
if you can't, just go into debt.
No. Don't do that, but do it. Yeah, do it, but don't do it.
Nick Ryston writes in and says, EA Sports
It's in the game.
seem to have really stepped up their game. He says, I've recently purchased NHL 18. I get it almost every year. The previous games always seemed more like an update, rosters, uniforms, rules, etc. But this year with NHL 18, they seem to have really went all out. You can create a new team. There's franchise mode, 32-team expansion drafts, etc.
The 3v3 mode.
Yes. He says, my question is this. Do you guys feel this is across the board for EA? Is EA pushing the envelope with their titles? If so, I may be purchasing more of them. What do you think? Thanks for all you guys do. Is EA kind of the sleeping giant here? Are they pushing their titles forward?
Dude, I think EA across
Are they pushing
the board
the
with
board?
like all of not just their sports games, but like everything.
So let's go-
I think in the past few years, EA has really turned things. Ever since the Battlefield 4 fiasco, they kind of sat down and said, "Hey,
That's it.
let's be good."
So
And
let's
they do.
Let's
And I
look
think
at
they do a good job.
the big games that I personally really appreciate. They've got, They always have their sports, Madden, FIFA, and NHL. Well, we can take those out for a minute. They've got Titanfall, fantastic game. Mass Effect Andromeda, which a lot of people criticize, but another really good game in my opinion. What else do they have? What else does EA have? Battlefield 1, really good game. One of the best experiences in multiplayer, I think, right now out there. And then Anthem. Anthem is on its way.
That's going to be an interesting one to see
got
where
potential.
that one goes. Yeah,
That one
that
has
does have a lot of
So
potential.
is EA, let's start with you, Jordan, is EA pushing the envelope?
Dude, no, I like I just said, I think ever since the Battlefield 4 fiasco where they had to like redo everything, and they did fix it to their credit. They didn't just give up and make a new game. They did fix it, which I appreciated.
Yeah.
And I felt like
They did stick with that game for a while, too.
And they said, okay, hey, look, we messed it up. We're going to fix it. And they fixed it, and it was actually really, really good towards the end of its life when they fixed everything.
McSpicy, how about you?
But,
Do you think EA is pushing the envelope with its games? You think they really are successful when you put that into when you start listing those off?
Is the question we're talking sports games? Because he's talking sports game, or is it
he
just
just
in
says
general?
titles in general, EA titles.
I think they've learned a lot. I think they struggled a couple of years ago. I think they've bounced back pretty hard. I really do. I think they're trying.
Yeah.
And that's what more can you ask for a developer to do?
Yeah.
You know, I don't like developers that don't try and then screw us over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they are. I think they're doing pretty good. So
Yeah. Well, there was a while there where EA was kind of the butt of the joke because they had server issues all the time. But you think this generation, from the first release of Titanfall on release day, no problems.
Yeah.
Battlefield 4 was problems. That was.
Well, I think
past that, like
honestly,
you said,
from my experience, all the games I've played, I feel like Battlefield 4 was the last time they actually had severe issues.
No,
well, I mean, if you think, Andromeda had some pretty severe issues too.
Well,
but
yeah.
You know, but that wasn't. I mean, talking network.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But even Battlefield 1 had its multiplayer issues, but you were still able to get into a game and play.
and Battlefield 1 has its
very
quirks. Like the menu system is super confusing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and you have to like press 15 billion buttons to join a friend.
But beyond that, it's a blast.
yeah.
Napalm God says he's just finished. I can't see because it went up. Okay, here's the poll. Does EA finally realizing they need to add games or content to their games and not just update them? 50% said yes, 50% said no. It's pretty polarizing.
Yeah.
Poll there in chat, but there you go. God of Napalm says he answered our question we had earlier. He says, I just got done playing Wildlands PvP for 5 hours and it's pretty legit. That's exciting.
That's cool.
Jordan's going to be jumping into that. So there you go. Next question. Thank you, Nick, for writing in. It comes from Peter Sonin. He says, I jumped into Overwatch the other day. It's similar story to McSpicy here. He jumped into Overwatch the other day after taking about a two-week break from it. When I started playing, I realized that the game had started to get repetitive for me. It was not as much fun as when I had first started playing it. This is when I thought, should Overwatch be given a campaign? What do you guys think?
No, I think no.
Okay.
I think you should play something else and take a break.
A different genre?
Yes.
Yeah.
A different genre.
You think it's genre? We'll call it genre fatigue.
Yeah. Interesting. So I'm going to tell my story of when I went into Overwatch over the last couple days, because I mentioned this 10 minutes ago that I'm just burnt out. Interestingly enough, when I joined, there's a lot of updates since I played last.
Sure.
Have you seen what Roadhog can do?
Oh, it's heal
Jordan
and
does
walk.
not seem happy about it.
Heal and walk. Yeah, he's. I mean that. What's weird about that is they really didn't animate him to do that. It
Yeah.
looks super
It's just
weird.
like,
He's just like.
And I do like Mercy's changes. I didn't like them when I heard them, but after playing her with her changes, they're actually very fun.
Yeah,
the single
she
target
was
heal.
way overpowered at first.
Yeah, the single target revive though is actually super useful.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
No. So when I played, I felt off. I felt really off when I was playing.
Okay.
And I was confused. So I look up what's going on, and apparently right now there's a current bug with the auto aim feature that is just jacking up the consoles, both PS4 and Xbox. And that makes it really, I mean, everybody has the bug, but it's basically your auto aim goes away from people in weird ways. I can't play. I mean, you can probably play Winston with that.
So you think it has more to do with changes Overwatch has made and less to do with...
Yeah. I mean, I'm burned out with shooters, so I don't think you should put a campaign. I just think we need, us gamers that have been hardcore with those games, go play Minecraft, go play a fantasy, go play an RPG, go play something else.
Another poll in chat: should Overwatch have a campaign? 67% said no. So most people agree with you, McSpicy. Jordan, how about you? Do you think Overwatch should have a campaign? Would that help?
No, I mean, I think
it?
a game does what it does good because they focus on that, right? So, Overwatch focuses on multiplayer, and look, I mean, didn't they just make the billion mark or whatever? A little while ago, and I mean, they focus on what they do, and that's why it's good.
Do you have advice for someone who's experienced burnout with a game or a genre? You've experienced it yourself.
I just watch anime.
That actually, I watched Sword Art Online this week too.
There you go.
It helps.
Yeah.
It really helps.
Lay on the couch.
So instead of playing a video game, you watch
A show.
a cartoon about kids playing a video game.
That's Sword Art. Yeah. Okay. No, it really does. And then
You guys got to watch season 2. Season 2 is really interesting.
I will. I'm gonna. Yeah. I'm gonna do that.
Well, yeah.
No, but
Funny enough, season 2 is about a
Just-
first-person shooter.
Basically, in an odd way, I'm saying balance your life.
Yeah.
You will be. That fire will be back. Mad Shot mentioned in chat. That fire will be back again. It will. But pace yourself, balance your life, balance your games, and they'll remain fun if you.
That fire rekindle.
Yeah.
It's like a marriage. All right? You've got to take the time to keep the fire alive. And sometimes you got to mix it up. You got to mix up the games
Where are
you
you going
play.
with this?
You got to try new things. Sometimes you just got to set time aside to sit down and actually play a game, not be in a rush. Play a story game.
You want to know? This is a very personal story.
Okay, let's go.
I
About a time where you rekindled the
No.
romance in your relationship.
Yeah,
Is
we're
that
gonna
where
get deep.
we're
We're
going
gonna
here?
get deep.
Whoa.
no. My people. You're speaking of wives, and they understand. I had a conversation with my wife. It was this week, and I was getting into woodworking again.
Sure.
Because I mentioned that.
Yeah.
I told her, I was very honest. You can be honest with your loved ones. I told her I need a break from work. I need a break from video games, and I need a break from you occasionally. And she was like, I understand. I get that. And I was like, all right, I'm going to figure out how to make some shelves. I'm going to figure out how to make, you need balance. And people that love you will understand. If you ignore them, they won't. But,
Yep.
It's important to even have a break from everything.
Yeah.
Is what I'm trying to say.
God of Napalm has a great question since we're on the question second. He says, I'm a PC gamer. I was huge into Xbox, ended up selling it, and now I'm a full PC player. He says, I've been waiting for Destiny 2 for the PC release, but I feel like PC has missed out on the hype and that everything is done at the moment. Do you think they should have released PC with console or waited and released console with PC? Do you think they all should have came out at once? Or does being a PC player and Destiny releasing late, does that take away a little bit from
I think they're
the
going to
excitement?
change things in the PC version. Basically, the prologue.
Okay.
Because let's be honest, I would say 90% of console owners have probably played the first Destiny.
Yeah.
Right? Whereas no one on the PC has played it before.
Or not as
so
many
you know
people,
how
yeah.
in the first, like when we first opened
PC
it,
only.
Yeah, PC only.
PC only hasn't, yeah.
when we first pulled up Destiny, it showed what we did in Destiny
Yeah.
1.
There
I
was
think,
that connection, that
yeah.
history.
I think they're going to completely change that and maybe give them a little bit better of a prologue.
Yeah.
Although, whether that takes however many months or whatever, I don't know. But I think they probably should release them at the same time. Maybe within like a week apart if you're going to separate them. But I
Yeah.
think when you fragment
With
releases
long periods
on
of time,
consoles,
where
yeah.
basically you've received most of the first iteration
Yeah.
of content, and people have gone through
Or,
it.
I mean, maybe it's smart. Maybe it's like, okay, here's the first wave, and then you just liven it
Well,
up again for the
I'll
second
tell you
wave.
what you do miss out on in that
Maybe it's a server issue,
in
I
that
don't know.
situation. For instance, you miss out on, okay, I've got the raid is dropping at this time. I've got to level up. Okay, everyone's doing the raid. I'm going to sit back. Let's watch people on stream. Who did the raid first? Oh, these people did the raid. You miss out
Yeah,
being a
that
part
hype.
of the event. It's an event, and you're missing out on being part of the event. So I would side with you, Jordan. I do think that they should release them all at once, because I think if you're a PC only gamer in that regards, you're missing out on being a part of the event.
I think Overwatch does a pretty good job because they release most of the time it gets released on the PC. Every once in a while all three of them will get released at the same time, but most of the time on the PC it gets released first. But they explained why, because they own their own servers.
Sure.
So whereas at the console they have to go through Microsoft and Xbox
So
or Microsoft and Sony security notifications, but they still do it within days. You know what I mean? It's not
so God of
fragmented.
Napalm said he had over 1,000 hours of Destiny 1 on Xbox, and I just had this thought. I don't think they're going to change the prologue because with the Xbox app now, they will still have access to his friends list. Do the same thing with his PC. Yeah. As long as you've got Windows 10, it will show you who you completed it with and stuff like that.
But what do you do for like a whole new player? Like stuff is just popping up. Who the heck is Oryx?
You just show the artwork, I think. Just show the artwork. Maybe you explain who it was. And
there you go. That's a good little text.
I don't know. Anyways, interesting. Great question, God of Napalm. Thanks for joining us.
By the way,
tonight, yes.
If you ever tell your wife you need a break from her, be sure to preface that with "I love you."
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I said I love you.
See, it's reversed in my relationship. My wife never needs a break or I never need a break from her. She always needs breaks from me.
Yeah, it's important. It's important because it sounded like I was in a no. It was a very loving conversation.
Marcus Lawson writes in and says, "I'm wondering if there will ever be an XoneBros Madden tournament again. There will be. We've just got to get set up. And then with Madden, with any of the EA Sports games, it's a debate. It's do we do it now? Do we wait till it goes into the vault so more people can participate? It's scheduling in it. So there you go. But there will be. Yes, Marcus Lawson, there will be. Stay tuned for that. Last but not least, this question is particularly for Jordan. Delmay Jones writes in and wants to know if the side missions in Witcher 3 just regenerate or can you actually complete them? Seems like there's thousands of them and he's only in the base game.
No, you complete them. They're their own stories. And actually some of the side stories actually intertwine with the main story. So
intertwine with the main story and in my opinion, some of them are better than the main story.
No, yeah, so they don't regenerate. Obviously, as the expansions came out, you got more, right?
Yeah.
But when you complete a side quest, it's usually done. And to my knowledge, I don't think there's any like daily stuff. I mean, unless you count Gwent as a daily, but because you can always go back to those players and play them. But not really. I mean, once you complete a side quest, you complete it. But like, there literally is thousands. Like, and some of them are longer than some of the story missions, and they intertwine. It's really That's my answer.
Very nice. Very nice. This is for Freaky RO. It's his 5-year anniversary today.
Yeah.
There you go, Freaky. Congratulations to you and yours. And that brings us to the last segment of our show where we discuss what we've been playing, what we've been up to, what we're looking forward to playing. This portion of the show is brought to you by our Patreon play. There's lots of negativity in gaming. There's lots of powerful voices constantly criticizing games, helping fuel the fanboy wars, and we're trying to stop that. We are trying to create a community of positive gamers. We do that through the podcast, through Discord, through
our website,
everything. And you can help us and support us. We want to do this full time. We want to take over the world and be a positive influence in the gaming industry by supporting us on Patreon. Go to patreon.com/positive gaming or just go to XoneBros.com. Click on the Patreon button, and for $1 a month, if everybody in the community did $1 a month, we could do this full time. For $1 a month, what does that work out to be a day? What is that?
There's 365 days.
2 cents a day. For 2 cents a day,
Wait,
pennies
what?
a day. That's $1 a month.
31.
Oh no, that's 60.
It's 3 cents. 3.2 cents.
3.222 cents.
Your math was good up until this point.
Whoa, it's
You
late.
you even talked about pi.
Wow, 3.14.
Good job.
In fact, it's
man.
probably 3.14 that gets us to $1 a month. that does it. That could help us go full time. Consider helping us out and contributing. Go over to Patreon. And with that, Mr. McSpicy, what did you play this week? What were you up to? Anything that we've not talked about? And what do you look forward to playing?
Yeah. I played Destiny. I'm done. I think I'm done.
That game just really. You know what's funny is you say that, but then come like Wednesday, you'll just have that.
I
like,
know, 'cause they
gotta
refresh
jump in.
things.
Yeah.
Here's the deal. What kind of broke my spirits?
Like it just kicks you.
What broke my spirits was the stupid call to arms mission milestone because powerful gear
Hey,
is...
by the way, when we played PvP the other day, we were winning. I mean, we were doing good.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Look at who you're talking to.
Yeah, no, I mean we were doing really
I mean,
good.
when I'm on your team,
we were dominating.
we get the W.
Yeah.
But I would point out that that's what burned him out was playing with you.
Yeah.
In that PvP. It was the call to arms mission.
No, the call to arms mission, it's forcing me, and I know it's not forcing me, but essentially it's forcing me
You don't like being told what to do.
to play a game mode that I don't want to play. And it's so long. And it takes so long to finish that call to arms. 14 Crucible matches is, it's like 10 minutes per match, 140 minutes, so 2.5 hours, basically.
Yeah.
That's a long,
That is a lot of time.
that's a long gaming of something you don't want to do.
Yeah.
So that's what, and in order to increase my light level, I need to play that mode.
Sure.
And I have 3 characters. So that is, 7 hours?
Ronan says it's only 14 the first time.
Oh yeah, it's 12 the second time. That's right. Okay, so it's about 10 to 11 games. You're right, Ronan. You're right. Okay, let me redo my math. Okay, it's still 2 hours. It's still a long.
Sure.
It's a lot of gaming. So I don't know. I think I hit it hard. It's
Until,
unfortunate.
like Jordan says, this Wednesday where it will suck you back in
I
because
need
you'll
a
be
break,
like, what
man.
do I
Well,
do today?
you'll just kind of wake up and be like, yeah, you know what?
Hey.
I gotta jump back in.
Funny story about waking up. I'm just gonna. I have you ever had the stretch of your life?
I can't say I
Yeah.
have. No, I don't.
I
I've yet to experience that kind of life-changing experience.
Oh, it changed my life. This last Sunday, I stretched. It was like at 7 a.m. I stretched so hard that I popped 4 ribs. I dislocated 4 ribs. It was the most painful thing I've ever done in my life.
That sucks.
Yeah,
See, when you said stretch of your life, that sounds like a good thing.
no, it is, but I mean, moderation.
Yeah.
We talked about moderation. I don't know what.
So
I'm
what's
gonna
the
be doing.
what's the next game? Minecraft. You're obviously
I'm
gonna be
gonna
jumping
do?
into.
I'm gonna play some Minecraft.
Minecraft
I
on
need
that
something.
It's a
server.
little therapeutic, isn't it? Just building stuff,
I just need
creating
I
stuff.
challenge you guys to try and come find my little house. I'm gonna build a house somewhere in the world. Lock it down.
Lock it down
It's gonna be like this house in the forest somewhere.
in a
That's
tree.
people- yeah, like
in
a
this
tree
huge
house.
world.
Okay, I gotta hide my house because he's gonna put TNT underneath it.
Yeah, if I find your guys' houses, I'm putting TNT underneath it.
Well, mine
And I'm
is-
gonna attach it to like one of your light switches, so you come in and boom.
Yeah. Don't do the stretch of your life. That's what I'm
So
saying.
what's the next game you think you'll be jumping into? At this point,
Probably
Miss Spicy?
Forza 7.
Forza 7 is October 3rd.
That's a week and a
September
half.
29th, which is next Friday, is Cuphead.
Ooh, that'd be a good
That'll
one.
be a good change. That'll be a really
Platformer?
good change.
Okay,
yeah.
that's probably it. That's probably it. Yeah.
There you go, Jordan. What were you up to this week?
So I played Destiny,
Sure.
you know, like everybody else.
Yeah.
And also I bought XCOM 2
Oh,
and started playing that.
Very
and that's
nice.
actually a fun change too because of it's like a chess match. I really like it. It's like an interactive bloody alien chess
yeah.
match.
So how is it going in XCOM 2?
I'm like on the 3rd level.
That's a
but it's
good
really
game
good.
to
It's really
play.
fun. I jumped in it. I got it on sale for $20, I think.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So
and I like it, and I want to do the multiplayer. It's 1v1.
I'll
and
play it with you.
Yeah, it's just a fun strategic alien chess match. I mean, it's just a
It's-
fun game.
The multiplayer takes like some keys, David, from Total War,
Okay,
where
okay.
you have a specific currency amount of what kind of people you
And
can
both
create.
people, but very cool. I
Yeah.
like
Yeah, and
that.
I was just thinking, like, hey,
How long is a match?
it depends. How
yeah.
good are you? Like, it just that's how.
I mean,
It really is like a chess match.
I'd say
you know?
20, 25 minutes.
Okay.
But it's 1v1. I want to play through the campaign, but it's just a fun game, and it's different than anything I'm playing right now. So
Yeah.
I like it. $20, I got it on
Now, how
sale.
is I heard that even on normal mode, that game is pretty difficult.
Yeah.
Well, it's because you're dealing with chance. You're dealing with dice.
Yeah.
And I have missed a 99% shot.
Oh.
So
man.
you deal with
There
that.
is that
Yeah.
1%. You did have that 1% chance you'd miss.
Yeah, and when you name your characters after loved ones, jeez, it gets man, it gets emotional.
Yeah.
So,
It
but
becomes
yeah,
very
so I
real.
played a little bit of that. I played Destiny and
That was it.
felt
That
like
was
I
it for you.
played something else. but-
I played. So, what's the next game that you think you're going to really dive into, Jordan? After
Well,
the
I'm
the
still
Destiny craze.
Okay. I don't know.
Mine is going to be Forza 7.
Oh, probably
for sure.
Assassin's Creed Origins.
Oh yeah, that'll be fun. That's not until November though, correct?
yeah.
Yeah. Not Forza 7.
Well, I mean, Forza 7.
So by the way, I'm at.
But
80
I mean, dive deep. You're saying
I'm at 85% on Forza Horizons. I played
That's
that
really
this week.
good.
That is such a
yeah,
strong
dude, you're
number.
almost
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
That's a B.
Wow.
You
So
want
it's a B plus.
I'm 57 out of 63 championships. And
That's a B plus.
after that, I've done every single exhibition. I've done every single championship. What's left
Is the challenges, right?
is
when you-
challenges and the midnight runs. You have to win every single midnight run in first place. Also,
The secret to that? Well, not the secret. Don't go S class. Go whatever car you race.
Yeah.
Is what
everybody else does.
what
the
everybody
group
else does.
yeah.
So go a comfortable, nice Model T. Just
On the
drive
midnight races, do you get to choose? Oh, it's whatever you go up to the race in.
to the
That's
race
right.
in. It helps me a lot. And I would argue that the faster cars are exhilarating, but the slower cars are more fun because it becomes more about
It's
technique.
technical driving, yeah.
Yeah.
I love that game. What was I going to say? I was going to say...
When
no.
you get that achievement, that's going to be really.
I'm gonna be so proud of you.
Yeah, that's- you're
100%.
gonna-
I will
yeah.
take you. I'm gonna take you and your wife, maybe your dogs, to dinner.
Oh, very nice. My
That's
dogs would
how
love
important
My
that
dogs
is.
would love that, yeah.
Yeah.
Drifting is going to be the challenge on that. But yeah, I'm really happy that game. I'll tell you what, that game is a nice balance. What I would do is I'm streaming it in the morning, so I'll play like an hour of Forza Horizon and then I play an hour of Destiny. Beautiful mix.
Yeah.
That's a nice pace.
You know,
it's a marathon, not a sprint, and it's very
Hearing
nice.
you talk about Forza makes me actually really excited for Forza 7.
Let me tell you, Forza 7, guys, I think we should jump into Forza 6 and get our skills up for Forza 7.
We
Forza
have the
7
NASCAR expansion.
Yeah, I think we
I
should.
bought it and I played it, and it was rough.
Can I say, going back to Forza 7, so number one, Forza 7 feels fantastic. I'm really excited for Forza 7. Also playing multi.
How did the character models look?
So
Really good.
Because obviously that's the most important part of that game. And I'm glad that takes
Little
up,
jab right there.
I'm glad that takes up 30% of their trailer.
Well, it's because you're going to be able to go for customize. They're making it like RPG mode, where now you're getting your cars and you can customize your cars, and the outfits for your drivers, the helmets for your drivers, stuff like that. It's
Well,
just
I don't care
another.
what my
It's
driver
just
looks like.
well, because it's just another thing to level up, another stat, if you will, another collector's,
Okay, I got
another
something else to do.
collector's item.
Okay, I'll give you that. It's something to do.
Yeah. McSpicy, you were going to say something?
Oh,
About
I was gonna say I watched your stream when you were playing the demo, and then I
Yeah.
watched your stream when you were playing Forza Horizon.
Sure.
And there is a difference.
Oh,
and
it's
a
definitely
huge
driving,
difference.
Driving difference. Yeah. So in Forza, and when I first
No, I'm talking about visual quality.
visual quality.
it looks excellent.
Yeah.
it looks really good.
and that's saying something, because Forza Horizon is a beautiful game.
It's a great.
But driving wise, there's a difference. So McSpicy, when you watched my crappy racing,
Oh, it was terrible.
That was when-
and you were so positive. I'm so great at this game now. 24 out of 24.
yeah, that was my first race after in simulation mode, because it starts
Okay.
out, it puts you in arcade mode there, and even arcade mode is nothing like Forza Horizon.
Well,
So
yeah,
Forza
that game
Horizon,
is way
anyone that
more
watches me stream in the morning, I have a saying: when in doubt, hit the e-brake and slam into the wall. And that's how you can get first place at Forza Horizon. When you can't make that turn, just hit that e-brake.
Well, you can bounce
slam
off the
into
wall.
the wall and
Yeah.
go. You cannot do that. And so I'm playing this game, and I'm really aggressive. I'm like bumping cars.
Yeah,
I'm like going off the track a little bit. No, that's not the way to do it. I raised my Drivatar level, though, to the highest in Forza Horizon 3. So much fun. It's at the unbeatable level.
Oh, cool.
It's so much fun. So much fun. Those racers get aggressive. Also, in Forza 7, interesting fact, you can change the difficulty of your Drivatar, and then there's a separate option where you can turn aggression on or off. So your the Drivatars
Will knock you around.
Knock you around. You got to leave aggression on.
Yeah.
You got to leave it on. If you don't leave it on,
Well, then you just
You're
get
not
mad
a
at
real
people that
racer.
you've never met before.
I know,
You
yeah,
have
I know.
a hatred. towards
hatred to
them.
someone that you haven't actually
what
played
happened.
with.
That's
and
what
you're
happened
just
in
like,
Forza
are you-
6.
Yeah, you're just like yelling at that guy.
'Cause-
And what's funny is you always notice them at that
Yeah.
point, because you're like, there he
You're
is
like,
again.
oh, great. There's
Well, because
there's side swipe 52 in my race
They
again.
ruined
Damn
my
that
shocks.
guy.
yeah.
Yeah. JoJo's 97% on Forza Horizon 3. It's been hard trying to get 100%. Yeah,
Dude, that's
you
cool,
have to
man.
do the
I'm
drift,
down to the nitty gritty stuff.
The drift missions, I would say, was the hardest for me, and that's
Yeah.
what you said was struggling with you. Those drift missions, man, getting enough points going around those corners.
Yeah, absolutely. With that, Mr. McSpicy, where can people find you?
You can find me. I think we already did this, but I'm on Twitter At Mr. McSpicy.
At Mr.
And my gamer tag's Mr.
Very
McSpicy.
nice. Jordan, how about you?
Jordan the Man XOB everywhere.
Very nice. I am XoneBros everywhere. Don't forget, we are everywhere. We're on YouTube. We're on Mixer. Streaming Monday through Friday. Come over to mixer.com/X1Bros. Check out our schedule. And last but not least, join us in Discord. You want to get to know awesome people? Discord is where everyone is. We will see you guys next week. Have a great week. Have fun.